Well, guys, we are back once again, and just got through finishing watching the LPL 2023 Spring Split Finals. Just got through watching the LEC 2023 Spring Split Finals. MSI 2023 is right around the corner, and we also have drama in the LCS, and EG is blowing up their entire roster because they pretty much flopped during the LCS 2023 Spring Split. Well, ready for a banger show? I sure am. Let's talk some League of Legends. And what is up, guys? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 7, episode 19. So you probably haven't seen us, in a little bit of time. And, I had went through all of that stuff with my main YouTube channel. And I know we did an episode on this channel for this show last Sunday. I was going to have another episode on that Tuesday or that Wednesday, but I ended up actually getting really busy, so I couldn't have, done the other episode. There's going to be slight changes coming within the next few weeks, given Chaz's schedule. Actually, we might have to make, some adjustments. I'll have to probably make some adjustments. You would still get the Cloud9 podcast, but there's a good chance that you're only pretty much going to be getting it on just Sunday, actually. And if that's going to be the case for a little bit of time, then I would just work on incorporating, both major regions that we primarily cover, LCS and LEC, as well as incorporating a period point in time in the show to talk about, the LPL and the LCK, actually. So if you guys are, watching the show, just please make sure to obviously like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Got a chance to, dig into all the League of Legends, and there is so much to talk about, actually. So much, because there is lots of League of Legends to explain. It's just so much to really go over, actually. But right now, I'm going to make sure, you're only going to see this if I'm, doing this live, actually. So, right now, I'm going to put up the pinned comment. If you are watching live, just make sure to smash the like button. And yeah, that's pretty much it so far. Going through most of the major regions that we got a chance to go through, like watching the LPL. I did catch and watch a good amount of the LPL this past spring split. There was an interesting split, to say the least, actually. But right now, let me put in this tab. Make sure to smash the like button. Let's get 5 likes. You have haters out there and doubters, and that's just is what comes with the territory when you're talking about League of Legends. Then on Wednesday or Tuesday, or I'm pretty sure Wednesday, we're gonna probably end up going over that Riot Games Law Esports article, talking about how Riot Games is committed to esports, yet their actions show a lot of difference in that, if I'll be completely honest here, right? So I'm going to start this show out by going directly into the final games, and we're going to talk about the LEC after that, right? So the bulk of the show is going to be covering what I didn't get a chance to cover in the LEC. So as you guys know, I was doing those recap videos, and the recap videos will pretty much just start up again when MSI comes around. I'll be recapping, the matches of the MSI 2023 days as they happen between play-in stage through pretty much the rest of the event. Because toward the very end of the, splits, I got so busy that I really just couldn't finish out. So yes, starting with MSI 2023, I'll be able to do my recaps more effectively. I'll probably keep them to like 10 or 15 minutes, but you know, when it comes to like League of Legends, I do like to actually explain a good amount of stuff. But you know, that is just me. So yes, let's go over the LPL 2023 Spring Split Finals, and we are going to cover JDG versus BLG. Now, I do want to make sure I completely preference this, okay? So, I have not really watched a whole lot of BLG games. I did watch a few of them, right, during the split, and I was like, yeah, this team is pretty good for the most part, actually. But you saw BLG defeating JDG in the playoffs, actually, and so people actually thought that there was a good chance that BLG could upset, you know, JDG again. And JDG has been an org that now has won what, 3 LPL titles. This was an org at one point that was just a flat out joke, and they had Imp on their roster. And then ever since they let go of Imp and they lost to IG in that LPL 2019 Spring Split Finals, like ever since 2020, this has been pretty much a powerhouse org. You know, in the LPL, it's kind of one of the more like bottom tier orgs to kind of rise up and, you know, start contesting for titles, actually. You know, and they had Yagao for a little bit there, and toward there was, I think it wasn't this year. I think it was early last year. They tried to get rid of Yagao because they tried to play Shie, actually. And what ended up happening was they were fumbling without Yagao, so they bring back Yagao. And then after that, they actually start winning with Yagao again, to the point where, you know, they win obviously 2 more titles, you know, with Yagao. Actually, there, I think it was 2021, they actually pretty much faltered with the roster. Like, they made playoffs and everything, but they didn't really do anything, actually. So come 2023, they decide to just get rid of Yagao completely. They actually end up buying Knight, who was the you know, long-standing MVP, one of the best mid laners in the world by a lot of people's you know, analysis, is Knight, actually. So Knight ends up going to JDG. JDG end up getting Ruler from Gen G, and then you also have who else given the roster? A 369 stayed. Obviously, he was one of the best top laners at Worlds 2022. Then you also had Kanavi, who also was one of the best junglers at Worlds 2022. And you also had Missing, right? So I think Missing is just okay, actually. I'm kind of concerned about basically how he'll actually, you know, play at MSI. But other than that, Ruler coming over was going to be an upgrade over, what was the guy they had last year? I forgot the guy they had last year. He's on World Elite right now. Let me get his name really quickly. So obviously for JDG, they were really trying to upgrade their roster. That was pretty much like, hey, we are building a super team. This team is obviously meant to win the split and go to MSI. So obviously it does look pretty good on Yagao to be able to go to BLG and obviously make the finals, actually. And he also beat JDG in a BO5 as well. So you also have that. I'm not saying Yagao's a bad mid laner. I'm just saying he's a pretty overrated mid laner. I've never really got why people actually like the guy all that much. Like, his gameplay is all right. There's nothing like super special about his gameplay. He plays a few champions like really good, but other than that, I think he's just a pretty okay mid laner. I think he's really clutch when you kind of need him to be, but other than that, I don't see him as like this mechanical god like a lot of people do. I don't think he's as good as a player like other people have kind of made him out to be. So yes, the other player they had was Hope. Actually, they had Hope last year for JDG. So yeah, I mean, with JDG, when the games that I did see, you know, oh sorry, oh my goodness, my bad, I misspoke earlier. They faced each other in round 4, and JDG narrowly beat them 3-2. And then JDG stayed in the upper bracket, and they won a total of, you know, 9 games, and they only dropped 3 in back-to-back-to-back BO5s, actually. BLG came really close to beating JDG the first time, but they ended up actually just clapping them the finals round, actually. Now, when it comes to the finals for the LPL 2023 Spring Split, because I was going over the games today, I was thinking to myself, Ben is actually pretty good. Like, Ben was one of the best top laners in the LPL. If you guys watch the games, his cannon play was really good. Every top lane he played was actually pretty good. I'm not on, used to be on Suning. I remember that. And then later on, they became Weibo Gaming. Then later on, Weibo ended up dropping him for Crisp, actually. And BLG was supposed to be really good last year. They're supposed to have that super team last year with Uzi. That didn't end up happening. They had Doggo for a little bit there, and then they pretty much just didn't do anything last year. But this year, they finally got it together, and they finished 5th in the regular season. They finished 10-6 with a BO3 record of 25-17, actually. Then they managed to beat RNG. They beat RNG 3-1. They beat Weibo Gaming 3-0. And the only series they actually dropped was to JDG in the final. The only series they dropped to was to just JDG, right? So BLG won against RNG, like I mentioned. Weibo, they also won against OMG. Remember, like, OMG was also ramping up, as this, like, dark horse team that could potentially, win, like, the whole thing, with Cream actually popping off the way he was popping off. Then you also had BLG even beating EDG. EDG also had a really good season for themselves. They finished 2nd place in the LPL 2023 Spring Split. They finished 28-11. Obviously, with EDG, the biggest problem with them was Fofo. Obviously Fofo's not going to be as good, as some of the other more better mid laners in the LPL. But still, even with Fofo as a weakness in the mid lane, EDG definitely were in that series and definitely could have won that series as well. So yeah, like, if you're BLG, you should still feel pretty good about this season, actually, because they won all their best of 5s and best of series except against JDG. Now, let's go over the games that we have in front of you today. Don't worry, guys. Chaz will be here in a second. He's doing something, okay? All right. So let's go over the series that I have right here in front of you. And here, I'll show you it right now. So this was the series. In the first game, Ruler was on Jinx, actually. And I think one of the biggest problems in this series that a lot of people just won't really notice if you just kind of forgot about the series, since it probably is not going to be on a lot of people's minds right now. Most people are only going to be remembering, the best of series that, like, everyone's just going to always talk about, like Gen G T1 and the, matches from the LEC. In this series, when I was watching it, I noticed that BLG were able to hold their own against JDG for a good considerable amount of the series, especially in the early game. You had some people saying that it didn't feel like the series was ever close. I mean, you could kind of assess it that way. I never felt like JDG were going to lose the series, but it definitely felt like BLG were in it, and definitely feels like BLG could definitely do some damage at MSI, obviously against certain teams. Like, is BLG going to be able to, take off games of T1, take off games off Gen G, obviously take off games against JDG if they end up matching up against them? It's a very good possibility. I think their jungler, Zun, is actually pretty good, all things considered. They have a really strong top laner in Ben. I think On is still kind of their weakest link, if I'm being completely honest here. If Yagao gets his certain picks, I think Yagao can do pretty good, because I'm not really concerned that BLG can beat teams that are worse than them. I'm more concerned about how are BLG going to stack up against teams that are better than them. Right. So most people are going to have JDG, Gen G, and T1 over them. It's all just based in how are they going to look against those teams. That's pretty much all that matters, because in this series against JDG, they were definitely being really proactive. You definitely saw them fight at objectives pretty well. Like, this is just an all-around pretty good team for the most part, but it always comes up and boils down to this, guys. What ends up happening most of the time? What ends up happening is, even if you have a team like this that starts to like surge and surge and surge, eventually you're going to fight a team that just has better players and can match you in every position. And then if you have an underwhelming player or an underperforming player, and this team has the better player in that position, it's not really going to matter for you. This other team is just going to run you down since they have the better players. Also in this series, I think Knight played pretty well. The game that they lost, I think he was on Lissandra. It was one of the games that they lost in the series. I think he played pretty well. 369 definitely showed up in the series pretty hard. Ruler definitely should feel good about himself. He just previously won the LCK 2022 Summer Split. And then after that, he now has won the LPL 2023 Spring Split. I think, how many players have come over to the LPL from the LCK and won like within like this time frame? Probably not going to be that many players. It's definitely something to have for your career as Ruler, is that he's won a world championship. He's won now 2 domestic titles, and now is going to be going to his first ever MSI. People forget, Ruler has never been to MSI before. So this is going to be his first trip there, and I do hope he can show up very well against his former org as well. Remember, Genji will also be there as well. So we're going to have Genji versus Ruler. That's going to be a pretty interesting storyline as well. You're also going to get JDG versus T1. T1 is the team that knocked out JDG in the Worlds 2022 semifinals, and it caused them obviously not to go to the finals as well. So nice little bit of rivalries you have there. You're going to have Knight versus Faker, Knight versus Chovy. You're also going to have, Bin versus Zeus. That's going to be pretty interesting. Last year, Bin was able to just put Zeus in the dumpster when they were actually playing up against each other. Then my biggest concern with BLG, when you're kind of stacking them up against these other teams, is Chovy and Faker and Knight are definitely better than Yagao by a fat, considerable amount. So it's all just going to be based around, okay, what can this team do as an advantage to have over these other teams, right? So you're thinking, hey, what is this team going to be able to have as an edge? Well, BLG is going to have an edge over these other teams because of their top laners, right? So when it comes to T1, I think Bin could match Zeus and has definitely beaten Zeus in a best of 5, right? He's also beaten him before, so that's not going to be a big thing for Bin. You have Doran against Bin, which is going to be, I still would give that to Bin. Then you also have the other top laner, 369. So the only top laner I think Bin should be worrying about is just 369. I mean, there's a good chance that Zeus and Doran show up pretty massive. I mean, Doran showed up pretty massive, against T1 in their last best of 5. But I think the LPL coming into MSI 2023 have the better top laners. I mean, they just do. 369 and Bin are much better than Zeus and Doran, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say about JDG. Like I said before, I watched a good amount of their games. There was games where in the regular season where they definitely did falter, but that's going to happen with just any team in general when you're watching League of Legends. Is they're going to have teams that are as good as they are and who are perceived to be the best team win the split, but there's going to be games during the split where they definitely don't look as good. So with that being said, let's now go over what happened in the LEC. All right, so the LEC, and let's kind of recap where I left off at. So we did talk about Mad Lions versus Fnatic last week. So I do want to add a point of analysis to that, which is Fnatic probably should have and could have ended that game. Oscurin could have TP'd to the minion, and Reckless flashed forward into Mega CC. Could they still have ended? They would have got very close. There's a very good chance they probably could have ended, actually, because people factor in they had Baron. So if Oscurin TPs to that cannon minion, the Baron minion that shoots the projectiles, that's going to be a lot stronger. They'll just get the turrets down easier. Also, Advian is trying to fight a Rel when his last hit should have been going to the turrets. Hillsang literally walked up to that guy and just threw a ignite at him like they were laning. Holy shit. All right, so we'll go over that series in a little bit, but yes, let's go to the LEC. So in the LEC, this was the regular split. I did recap all of that, so you guys have all of that already on video. Now we're going to go to the playoffs, actually. So this is what happened in the playoffs. So the playoffs pretty much went like this. Let's see. Where do we even start? All right, so oh my God, fucking ads. Here are the brackets, okay? So Astralis beat Fnatic. I mean, I wasn't too high on Fnatic anyway. Like, they got wins in the group stage, and I was like, okay, none of this really looks that impressive. I mean, they had a really good game against G2, but I was like, meh. After they lost to Astralis, then they lost to Mad, and then they were just out, right? So Fnatic, I really don't know what else they can do. I don't think this roster is that good in general, right? Humanoid still pretty much kind of sucks. This guy can only play various champions very well. Like, Razork's the only
reason. They probably have to blow it up. They probably have to just blow it up at this point.
Like, man, look, like, I don't want to like, I should make a Twitter page called Fnatic posting their L's, but good Lord, these people, man. Like, I know people be like, but they got rid of Hillsang. It was right to get rid of Hillsang last year based on how he was playing. That man was turbo sprinting it. I would have got rid of him too. Just saying. But I did say this. If you get rid of him, there's a good chance he'll just start popping off another team. Just keep that in mind.
A lot of times it's just the environment. It's just sometimes the fit just doesn't work for that player. You try to do too much, and then it goes to a team that's just easier to play around.
Yeah, that happened a lot back in the day. Because you watch those TSM Legends videos a little bit. Remember how people said the environment was really stressful? And people said the Fnatic environment when you're doing scrims is really stressful. So, like, I think Hillsang, remember he was on the post-game lobby, and he was like, yeah, we're playing with each other, we're having fun, we're laughing, we're having a good time. I think that's unlocked him now, you know? Because last year, I told people, if it wasn't for an upset in Hillsang, Fnatic don't even probably go to Worlds. It's like that serious. Guys, they were one game away. If they lost one more game, they're out of going to playoffs and Worlds last year. Now, when you're looking at the rest of Fnatic's roster, like I said before, I wasn't surprised they didn't do well. I knew that going in. What do you do now? Right? Like, I don't know what they do. I'm just lost at this point. What are they going to do? Run it back again? And they're going to do what? Hope for like 4 wins in the BO3 stage? It's like, oh, okay. Like, do I think they're going to Worlds? I mean, anything in the LEC is possible. I mean, goddamn, SK Gaming made top 4 last split. Literally, guys, anything is possible. But I think there's a good chance they might get it together. But I really doubt that. The only way I can see them getting it together is if they settle on a defined playstyle. Like, if you watch the Fnatic TSM Legends series, Legends in Action, they're very indecisive in games. They don't really know what they're doing in terms of like, okay, if we're doing something, why are we doing it? Or like, if we're doing it, can we please commit to this? You know, like you had Razork and Advian saying in the video, like, hey, let's commit to this. Let's actually do something. And players are so hesitant on doing anything because it's going to make them look like they're inting. And it's like, bro, like, oh God. And like, they actually played a really close series against Mad Lions too. There's a good chance Fnatic win that series, and they're the ones who have the losers bracket run based off that momentum, right?
Nah, I don't think. Nah.
Then again, do I have my dad in my life? You know,
I think.
Right?
I think if Fnatic, what they win, they lose to Astralis
again. Oh, that would have been painful. Holy crap!
I see. I think Mad Lions was good. I think whatever happened at the beginning of this, like a split. They found a way to get into the playoffs and beat XL.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, sorry, not XL. They beat Team Hieratics. Something clicked for Mad Lions. I think Fnatic's just a dumpster fire.
Like I said before, these are just band-aid situations anyway. Going in, these were band-aid situations. For one of them, I do agree with. Top lane, they needed a change. I do agree with that. Top lane, they for sure need to change. I think Advian has been better than Rux, but these players don't actually add anything. They don't really add much. These are just players to ease the mood, kind of like of the teammates, right? These are guys that are just going to be like, oh, I'm okay with just doing this, you know? These aren't players that aren't stars. They're not really going to be pushing them forward. These are just players that are more like role players. Like, having role players is fine, but if you're trying to win a championship, you probably should have more carry potential in those roles, especially support now. You know, we saw like what a good support can do for you in all these regions, you know? we saw what happens when you have that. And with Fnatic, we're not going to be seeing Fnatic anymore until the summer split. So will they actually, go to will they actually make it to Worlds? I don't know, honestly. It's a little too far now. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe they just turn it around, right? Maybe they turn it around and they have a good year.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just on that hopium shit, but what do you think about, man? What do you think, man? Is there any? Well, what did you think about Fnatic for the split after they got out of group? Because it felt like after they got out of the BO1 stage, they just flopped.
I think they were lucky to get in. I think that hot streak saved them. That hot streak saved them, but like
also massive benefited from Heretics choking their ass off, just fumbling. Excel, that's not been an org the whole year. Let's be honest here. They've not been shit the whole time. So Astralis beat Fnatic, then you have Vitality beat Mad, then you have Mad beat Fnatic. So that's your round one right there. Astralis ended up losing to Vitality, and then they ended up losing to Mad. Astralis, the players were talking mad shit on Twitter. And I love me some trash talk. I love it. But they just got completely destroyed. I will say it's about Astralis, though. I think Kabe played pretty well. He was smurfing in a lot of those games, actually. The upgrade in mid did help them, and people are going to rag on that talent pick that leader had. I'll say this. I mean, if you are going to be a mid laner, you're going to have to be put in those positions to, hey, I'm going to be the carry guy. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I do respect the attempt. Finn has this thing. Every season I've seen this guy starts out kind of strong, falls off, which happened. 1-1-3 started out better than a lot of people thought, but I was like, hey, this guy's still not that good. He's just it's like 1-1-3 is like plain Lay's chips. They're not great. They're not good. They're not amazing. They're just all right. I would say 1-1-3 is like below average, if I'm being honest here, right? He's not that good. Doesn't really provide that much to his team. He's not that skillful at being a jungler. Maybe he just fits what this team needs. Like if Astralis want to do better next split, they got to get rid of 1-3-3. That's just sorry. It's just not it. He's just not it for your team. And then after that, Mad end up beating Astralis as well. So Astralis and Fnatic are out. Then you get the other round, which is BDS take down SK. Then later on, Koi actually upset G2. Then after that, G2 ended up beating SK. SK, like I said before, they never got back to their winter split form. They pretty much have been a dumpster fire the whole split.
I think they overachieved. They caught team slipping, and they were good winter split. They just couldn't, take it home. And then people found out who they really were.
And G2, because we'll talk about the top four in a little bit. So after that, BDS ended up beating Koi. And then after that, Koi's like, fuck, we got to face G2 in our qualification match. Then game one in the series, Larson played Victor. And Larson tweeted on Twitter, he was like, you got to become caps to defeat caps. I'll say this, though. Larson has looked pretty good for the most part throughout the split. I think now that Inspired's going to be looking for a job, I would say this. Maybe bring back Inspired for the team. Just saying. I think you might want to dump Malrong at this point. Malrong, he's not a bad jungler. I think that kind of style is just not what this team needs anymore. This team is not able to facilitate that jungler style anymore.
That might be a good video. We'll talk about you and I after could talk about what teams these EG players could go to. That'd be a good video. Because
that. Rogue sells Inspired, then Inspired comes back to it. All comes full circle, apparently.
Yeah.
Now, Jigenda, do you keep him? No. Now they're trying to win a title again. No. If you're cool just being like top four, you can keep him. If you're cool just being top four, that's cool. Or just getting playoffs with him is cool.
I mean, top four in the summer is good because you do make worlds.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
That's me. If you care about worlds more than MSI, you keep them. But during the winter split, it's gonna look a little risky.
Yeah, he's one of those players where, I don't know, man. What's up, Sean? People have been asking for Sean for at least one episode, so I gave you guys what you wanted. Holy crap! What's up, Canadian? I think Sean's dead. All right, so yeah, Koi ended up losing to G2, so they're out, right? So Koi, throughout the entire year, has just looked pretty underwhelming outside of Larson. I really don't know why Comp got all-pro team over Crowny in winter. I'm sitting there going like, just scratching my head. All right, that's interesting. Okay. So that's it for these teams. These teams are all done. So SK, Fnatic, Koi, and Astralis are done. That leaves your top 4. BDS, G2, Vitality, and Mad Lions, right? So then you get to your top 4, actually. You get to what we have is the playoffs. People forget. After BO1s, you have a group stage. Playoffs is top 4 for the LEC with this format. And right here, you have the first match, which was Vitality versus BDS. That was just a fucking shellacking. That was just a shellacking. Holy crap. That was just so bad. I mean, I've told people this before about Vitality. New year, same bullshit. This fucking org. I don't want to sit here and talk about this org again. This org is a fucking joke and a half. Holy crap. I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't. Like, what do you say about Vitality? Oh, yeah, they failed again. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've been watching this org for the last 7 years fail.
But look, they can still get top 4. All right.
They did. It's not. I hate you. What does at least get top 4? They did.
Yeah, I'm saying, for next split in the championship to make worlds, which is decent enough.
Do unicorns exist, and do black people not get shot by the cops?
Wait,
this
what?
Nigga.
What is that comparison?
I'm just saying.
Is Joe
Biden smart, or do I have a dad in my life? It's only gonna be one of those two.
You need to unpack that, MSK. I've been telling you gotta unpack that daddy issue shit, man.
Oh my god.
This motherfucker, Cole. This motherfucker still got daddy issues. Like, it's been 29 years, nigga. He ain't coming back.
Hold on, give me a second. Stormy sent me a message. Women spit riz at me.
They ain't not spitting no riz.
All right, so
Stormy asked you how your mental health is because your mental health is trash.
All right, so Team Vitality, Perks played bad pretty much throughout the entire split. So
the whole team looked like ass in that series.
Yeah,
I don't know what series they look worse in this. The 3-0 series or the 3-1 series? Because at least
I think they did look worse in the BDS series. Because at least in the Vitality series, that one game they did win when Photon played Rumble, it looked like okay. Well, okay,
that looked more like Battle Lions just tweaking. They was no, that BDS series was BDSM series. That first game they literally got gagged and fisted. The second one they were nowhere in sight. The third one they still got an APB out for Vitality.
Right.
And then Vitality finally shows up in the second series for one game and it disappears again.
My thing here with Vitality, the whole split is because people. Okay, Photon, I think, still has looked like one of the better top laners in the LEC. Yeah. The problem here is that there's really nothing much he can do. I don't feel like he synergizes well with any of these guys.
Oh, nah. Him and Bo it's weird.
Even hard because both Chinese. That guy's Korean. They can't talk to each other. Their synergy is better than I thought it would be given their, ethnicities not being the same. Perks and Bo don't have any good synergy. Perks You know what happened with Perks last year? Perks literally was like, hey, I'm going to get both.
On Perks. Perks was on some Perks or something. He was tweaking.
You know what happened last year? They got Bo from China because he's banned for match fixing. They had another guy in.
Wait. What?
Okay, so you don't know the story?
You hired a motherfucker. You signed a motherfucker to your team who got banned for match fixing.
Well, it isn't that. Listen, it wasn't like quite max. Let me explain, all right?
Sure.
Basically, in China, these players, like in the second tier league, barely get paid. So some of them do max pitch, but a lot of them just bet on games and such. Not as much like with the max fiction, just more of like the gambling stuff in other areas and whatnot. And yeah, Bo then made FPX, and he was like playing like the best jungler in LPL, but then he came forward with and basically like exposed the whole thing. Like 80 players and staff got banned, but because gambling in general was so bad in China that no teams wanted him, they pretty much blackmailed him.
Shit.
So, I mean, it was worthy pickup though. It's just either the synergy is horrible.
All in for that. What people don't forget about that story, dude, is Perk's all in for that guy. They got Haru. Even we talked about this last year. Haru wasn't going to be there for long. Haru knew his job was over after 3 months. He knew his job was gone.
I knew he was going to the military after that shit.
Military? He's going to the fucking gulag by how bad he was playing. Yeah. So then they got Bo in. Perks is like, yeah, man, we're going to get Bo. We're going to, like, top the LEC, man. I'm going to get married. I'm a butt-fuck wonder in the bathroom. I'm going to suck off Captain's dick, man. Oh, my goodness. So, Bo, Perks got Bo. Everyone got, I don't want to hear people saying, oh, well, no, Perks has the most leeway with the roster. Perks is the most paid player, and let's be honest, Perks is the person where if Perks is like, "Hey, Daddy, I want the pony. I want the better ADC." They got upset. Okay.
What is Perks? What is his ethnicity?
Fuck, he's Danish, I think. I'm pretty sure he's Danish.
His flag is right there. Are you fucking blind?
We're not. He's Croatian.
Oh, Croatia. Oh my, you were not even close. Jesus, give me 1 second.
Better than being in Sweden. I'm just saying. But yeah, Perks all in for Bo, and this Bo experiment's not working. Yes, Bo has had some good games, people. He did. He's had some good games. He's had more bad games than good games. My dude was getting gapped by Shio. My dude was getting gapped by 113. My guy Bo
Shio's been
getting
doing
gapped
well.
by Yike. Man got gapped by Yike, Shio, and Ayoya is like one of the best junglers. That's not bad.
Yeah,
but
listen, 113. I don't think he was getting gapped by. All right, but the other three, yes.
Both
but
fisted
they are
113 last time played. They took it. He took his fist, dug all in his booty hole, grabbed all his shit out.
Yeah, the other three, yes, but I mean those are like the top three junglers right now. So
I wouldn't call Yike a top 3 jungler, in my opinion. That's just me. I think Yike is okay.
I don't know, but I mean Bo again. I don't. It's obviously just consistency issues, and that's either the synergy being
you can't
bad
even see,
or
dude. His eyes are small, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, whatever. Or just the coaching staff. One or the. I don't think the player himself has been the issue. It's just one of those two things. Same thing with the others. I think just either the coaching staff for Vitality has been trashed like last year, or it's just synergy.
Ever? Well, their coach staff has been trashed for like ever.
Yeah, and they never switch it out, just like mad.
The only time they ever made Worlds and top 3 and top 4 was when they had Yamato Cannon. Only time.
Yeah, and Jizuke then picked the Echo mid.
Right? Remember what happened after that? They had a great time with Kikis, got to Worlds, got top 3. Then they're like, let's take dog shit Mowgli from a Freak of Freaks, his backup team. What? Oh, so you guys want a story about that? That failed.
Yeah, and he's never played since.
I don't understand why.
ADC.
Turbo sprints
like, what was their ADC? Attila or something?
It was Attila, yeah. Remember who was called Mini Chupox? I was like, what kind of name is that? They banished that guy to the Spanish League playing on Giants Gaming. They banished that guy. Oh, my Lord.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about... I think Upset... People give this guy a little too much flack. There's nothing he can do. This team was turbo sprinting it. There's actually nothing he can do. Upset made like 2 mistakes in these series that I saw. But there's... People don't understand how to play the game. There's nothing you can do when your support and your jungler have no synergy and they just keep running in and dying. Bo and Kaiser have no synergy with each other. It looks terrible. Bo doesn't actually synergize with any guys at all. It might even be that Bo is bad. I don't think this team is for him. This team is not for him. He's got to go somewhere else to play better.
Yeah, I this isn't even an insult for Bo. I just think NA would actually be better for his play style. But
yeah. So for Vitality, they fail again. I'm literally not surprised. I mean, I've seen this for 7 years. 7 years. Well, I don't count one of the 6 years because 2018 they did good. 2018, I'll give it to them. They actually did pretty good. But I've seen them fail for damn near 6 years of their org's history. I mean, this is just like Christmas for me. I'm just like, yep, can't wait for them to fail again. And people say, yo, it was Selfmade's fault. Guys, Hylissang, one of the best supports in EU who just won a title today, said he didn't want to play with Selfmade. Are we questioning that guy? No, probably. He literally said, the coach of Fnatic, Otwan, literally said Hylissang and Bwipo did not want to play with that guy. And the Vitality go, yeah, that's our jungler. That's the guy we gotta have. Brain explosion.
Yeah, honestly, Selfmade and VTO are pretty much the type of players where it depends on, if they don't get along with the players, they play like the worst players in the league. If they do, then even if their players are shit, they'll carry them to like.
Sean, I know you love Adam. Adam just won the LEC. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, fuck off. You act like I didn't watch the
Fucking series. That pissed me off now. All right, Niski should have won in 2020 MVP. He would have made history.
I thought he was the MVP that year too. People gave it to
it's
Blabber,
like he's the reason why Blabber played so well, because he fucking roamed around all the fucking map, whatever. But yeah, no, I'm glad BDS didn't win. Crowny, Sheo carried that team, and Nuke did pretty well, too. But yeah, no, I couldn't. I see Adam play his fucking 3-trick champs, just doing nothing. I'm just like, yeah, no. Please don't let this guy win LEC.
Like, for me, I'm not going to doubt that Adam did play individually well on some of his champions, but but I even said, if you ban some of those out, it's like he's got to go back to playing standard shit.
Yeah, no, he can only play like 3 champs or 2, and they're like his comfort picks. Like, what's that one champ?
He plays
again?
Darius very well.
Darius.
Well. And he can't play Set.
Pretty much
Set's not meta right now in top lane, so he can't play that.
It's mainly just shit like Darius. He's literally like the EU version of Robo.
He can play Garen.
Yeah, he's just like Robo. He's just fucking. He gets put on good teams.
I swear
and
to God,
plays
if you
like
say Loud's gonna win MSI, I'm gonna choke you.
I mean, Route has been doing really well, but sadly,
you said that last year too.
What? I said they would make.
You said they were doing good last year too.
I said no. I said in comparison to their competition, they would get top 3 in their group, which they did. I didn't say anything else.
You said Loud we're gonna beat Team 1 in the finals of Worlds. I remember you said that.
Oh well. Listen, that would have happened, but sadly T1 rigged it. They did match fixing.
That's more like a warring take, actually. But
I know they did some match fixing. All
right. Okay, so Vitality pretty much a failure. Just like my sex life, obviously. And we have G2 versus Mad Lions. Now, I think G2 subtly regressed throughout the spring split. They never showed the top tier form that they did throughout the winter split. Remember, in the winter split, they had those scrim rumors of like, man, we can't fight this team. They're just too good. They just stomp us in scrims, teams canceling scrims against them. And I think that also, because that also hurt C9 too, back in the day, that 2020 C9 roster, teams would cancel scrims with them. And it's like, yeah, they know they're really good, but well, when teams play on stage, they play a lot more differently than they do on scrims. Some teams play the way they do on scrims, like they do on stage, but some teams play more reserved on stage. They don't take as many risks. And I think if G2 want to apply their scrims to the stage, like everyone's been saying, then they're going to have to figure out, okay, what are the teams that know how to play on stage that are playing the same exact way in scrims, and what teams are not taking the risks they do in scrims like they do on stage. Also, I think Caps has had its worst. This was Caps' worst split ever. And I've watched every split Caps has ever played. Caps had better splits when he was on Fnatic when he first started. This was Caps' worst split by far. He sucked this split.
Yeah, he was great last split, but I didn't think he was MVP worthy.
Who did we give MVP to last split? I forgot who I gave MVP to. It wasn't to Caps.
You gave it to either.
Oh, I gave it to Marcoon.
No, you gave it to Marcoon or Photon, one or the other.
Yeah. We were also like Kabe was in the conversation too. Yeah, I mean Kabe still played pretty well actually, but yeah, I think Caps had his worst split.
Exa Kick as well.
Exa played really well too. Yeah, get that guy a real team.
Yeah,
not
fucking
trash.
carries mad.
Oh god, yeah. What else was there for G2? Broken Blade. The problem here is that Broken Blade had a decent winner split, but Broken Blade's been a coin flip for like pretty much the entire year for the most part. Guys, when I mean decent winner split, I mean like decent as of like he was maybe like the top 6 top laner in the LEC. Caps had a pretty bad split. Broken had a pretty bad split. I'll give it to Yike. He did actually carry G2 when Caps was underperforming, but he's not going to know what to do. It's still a brand new guy to the stage. He's not going to know how to play out those situations in every single game. You saw, like, when they gave him the Maokai in Game 5 to carry, he just didn't know how to really break open the game. He was just kind of stuck. His mid laner was playing Cassiopeia, and he was, running around blind as fuck, so it doesn't really matter with that. What else happened? The bot lane. People kept saying Hansama's overrated. I mean, I would say Hansama played pretty well throughout these two splits. I mean, he was the main reason why they were still in this series. If they didn't have Hansama, they had some butt fucker like, I don't know, Patrick, they probably would have not been close in this series. I think the bot lane's still fine for G2. Guys, I think Cavs had a bad split and Broken had a bad split. Every other person played fine. And remember, guys, even with how bad G2 kind of looked this split, they almost won this series too. There's a very good chance they still win this series as well. So now ask yourself this. G2 went from first in winter to now what? Finishing fourth? And they're going to be LEC's fourth best team, quote unquote, going to MSI play-in stage. Ooh, that's going to be bad. Now, I don't know. That's crazy. LEC is considered a fourth best team. I mean, I'm probably having that third best. I think they're better than the Vitality, obviously.
That's even worse when you think, like, G2 was pretty lucky to even get to this point in playoffs. They were playing pretty poorly, honestly. So you have a team who was kind of poor this year, shouldn't have even been.
But my thing is,
and then if you seed that one.
But my thing is, if you already win the winter split, what's the incentive to even win spring split? Because you go into MSI, it doesn't matter what seeding you get because you want to win first seed. But wouldn't that mean winter split doesn't matter as much?
I would say you get more trophies. Hansama was only one.
That you get money. Like there's many reasons.
You get the first seeds. You dodge play-in stage. That's also pretty good.
Yes, confidence boost. Again, there's many reasons, but again, that seed thing matters more than you think. Like for now on internationally, Chaz, because
that's me. They got to win 2 splits in order to be first seed.
Well, no, because play-ins literally has what was supposed to be the number 1 Korean team. Team 1.
Oh God, jeez!
Yeah,
don't you love Joe Marsh?
Team.
Don't you love Joe Marsh in the trucks? Sean was one of those guys driving the T1 truck.
No,
not
at all. I was the one trying to bomb the fucking truck.
Oh Lord, you can't incite violence. Oh my God.
Oops, my bad. But no, I'm sorry. Anytime that shit happens, even though I'm a T1 fan, I'm so happy still because I hate Joe Marsh. I want him to get the fuck out.
All right, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so G2, like I said before, definitely regressed this split. They managed to clutch it out when it kind of mattered, but toward against Mad Lions, you can't do much when Caps is playing that bad. Like there's just nothing you can do.
Like I'm saying, honestly. I don't think they cared to split. They're already in the MSI, and that's the thing. Like that's why at first I thought the 2 split thing was good. Then I'm looking back at it, I'm like, nah, this sucks. Because what it does is it doesn't really incentivize you to play a second split. It's like it don't matter. That's not where
I would say more like they cared. It's like more like they just got figured out. Their playstyle just got figured out. I can tell you what their playstyle is.
I would say that if I saw some of these games where they just didn't look like they wanted to be there. There was just certain games I'm watching like these guys do not.
There's also burnout too. Remember, guys, people they play all those scrims and winter split plus playoffs plus group stage. Now you got to do scrims, stage, groups, playoffs again. Like
with regular season, I do think that was true to a certain extent because G2 is one of those teams who, as long as they're making playoffs, they don't actually try as much with like their seed. They honestly just want to get in there and then they try more in playoffs. But still, they did try in playoffs. They just got figured out. I do think the format is a little messed up. Like it's good for the most part, but it could be worked on.
Remember, this is what the players wanted. All the players wanted this format.
I'm just saying. I think it could be improved on a little bit more, though. But here's the thing: why it still matters to win, because again, yes, they still make MSI, even they have to do play-ins. But in the past, that wouldn't be as much of an issue because the competition wasn't so big. But now, you have pretty much 1 or 2 Korean teams, 1 Chinese team in play-ins, and then only 3 can get out. So, like, that is incredibly hard as an NA and EU team to get out, even if you're playing well. So, and we saw last year that Mad got eliminated by EG. So, and I mean, if you get eliminated in play-ins at Worlds or MSI, it's like you didn't even go in the first place.
Because for MSI this year, I think it's top 3 make the group stage.
Yeah,
if you don't make top 3, then do you really deserve to fucking make it to the next stage? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Yeah.
So it's I think they were trying. They just did get figured out. So like again, the G2 players are really good, but their play styles are pretty one-dimensional.
Also, the drafting got worse too. Their drafting phase got way worse. Why are they? My God, we could go through the draft. They're so bad. The draft, like Dylan Falco also puts out pretty good drafts for the most part. Those drafts against Mad Lions were abysmally bad. I also think, why do teams keep giving Mad Lions mid Graggets? It's like when people kept giving Bjergsen Zillion or kept giving like fucking Faker his best champions at the time too. It's like they know if they didn't they have like how many games did they win on that mid Graggets pick? They won like 10 games I think on the mid Graggets pick. They won like every game on mid Gragas, right? And I'm thinking to myself, no way they're going to just let them keep having that. No way they're going to get that again. Today against BDS, against Vitality, I think they got it again. It's like every series they get it for some reason. It's like you just have to just get rid of that champion. Every phase, you need to just get rid of it. There's no in theory counters. It's over, you know? You just need to just get rid of it. All right, Vitality versus Mad. Mad beat the shit out of them outside of like one game. That's pretty much it. All right, now we have the finals. Just being honest here, guys. Vitality got fisted hard. It's pretty bad. Outside of the game, they won, obviously. All right, so let's go to the finals. Let me bring
and then even in that game, they did look impressive to me. They look impressive. They look
not even just Photon.
Yeah, I mean, he always looked impressive, but then his to me, Photon got to get the fuck off that team. Not because he's bad, because I don't know what's going on.
Not working out.
It's not working around. It's like he's just the odd man out. I
don't know. I just think the Vitality's system is doomed. Like they cannot get players to work well together at all. They cannot draft well. They're always inconsistent when they join Vitality. They just need to figure something else out.
If you do what EG did this year, but after summer, blow the whole shit up, get 5 Europeans and build them up.
That was I don't know what to even think about that EG situation. That was whack.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I didn't see that coming. I didn't think it was gonna be them. I thought that was gonna be 100 C's. I thought because the way Nate-Shot's been talking, I'm like.
Yeah, have you seen those clips that I've been sending you? Yeah, man, this man sounded like it's a fucking house of cards just burning over there.
Holy crap. It is. It is because you remember I told you about the 2 hype group. They have been posed because they're actively looking for a new contract.
Before that, we'll go to LCS in a moment. Let's finish out the LEC today. All right, guys. So you have the finals of Mad Lions versus BDS. Now, if you watch this series, I'm going to be completely honest here. When I watched this series in full, I even watched the VODs too. Mad Lions could easily win these other first 2 games too. They were in the whole series.
3-0.
Yeah, the first game, Crownie, like I've told people before, Crownie was the person who's really kept this team going. Crownshot He was called Crownshot before. I call him Crownshot. Crownshot was definitely the person keeping this game. Lebrov is ass juice. One guy in that YouTube comment section was telling me, oh, Lebrov is first rank in solo queue. Lebrov's brain turned off in the series. I saw that man as Thresh walk up and just die to a turret.
Yeah, no, there were so many, the majority of
Lebrov
EU fans believe Lebrov is the main reason for their success because of his shot calling. He hasn't shot called shit.
A lot of the reasons why BDS has played really well, I'll give credit to Adam. He played well in the regular season. He played well. He also had crown shot. Nuke also popped off on some picks. Chia also popped off. Individually, all of them have had great moments throughout the series, and not just the season 2. Lebrov is horrible, guys. Lebrov last year was the worst support I've ever seen. There's a reason why people had BDS ranked worst team. He's the reason why. He sucks. He's ass. Mad Lions were paying that guy in PayPal some money because that guy was throwing this series. Maybe Adam too. Adam was checking his PayPal the whole series.
All the EU fans actually think Lebrov's good, and it blows my mind. It's
LeBron
like,
was you put LeBron
No.
on any team, they're going to be 0-50 because he's
yeah,
dog
like, no, because
trash.
they think that he's the one shot calling and making plays. No, it's Sheo and Crowney. He's not been doing shit.
So, like,
And he's
can
been
someone
missing
name
like
me?
every hook.
I don't know. I've never seen a support play so badly, walk up to a turret knowing there's a Jinx there or a Zaya, and he just dies. It was the game he was on Thresh. I have to see it. It's one of the most brain dead things I've ever seen in my life. It's
Jesus.
Man, it's like cancer. I'm like,
You know,
bro.
this is like when people defended Big because of his vision placement.
Oh God. No, you're talking about Adrian. Adrian had that.
No,
Adrian
Big
was
as
good.
well.
Yeah, Big. Yeah.
You
You're
know,
right,
people
Big.
are like, Big's pretty solid on optic. You know, he places wards around.
Okay.
It's like, are you
It
fucking
was
kidding me?
this moment. Okay, yeah. Chasey fisted Adam. He took his Korean chopstick and shoved it in Adam's booty hole. His whole fucking baguette, took his baguette, shoved it in his booty hole, did all his shit out, and then cleaned his ass. He cleaned him completely out.
Yeah, like, no,
Adam,
might
did
have
you check
looked
your
good in
PayPal
regular
today?
season.
Because you played like shit.
No,
Played
he
like
looked
literal
good in
shit.
regular season for one reason, and
So
that's
does James
because he was
Harden. And what was happening when it comes
Yes.
to James Harden in the playoffs?
No,
no,
it's because
no, not this
it
year.
was because
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
No, it's because he was on his same two comfort champs that nobody banned out for some reason, and because Sheo babysitted him. That's the only reason why he looked good this regular season.
Sean, I'm gonna tell you why no one banned out his champions, because they know he's bad. Let him ban out the actual people's champions that need to be banned out.
Look at
And let
this.
LeBron think about this. Let LeBron play his champions, and then we just wax them. That's what it is. That's what they do
Look
with
at this.
LeBron. They don't ban.
He knows he's on a ward. Look at what this dumbass does.
The
He knows
only
he's on a ward. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was like,
oh no, I was saying the only team that ban out like LeBron's champion are teams that don't know how to actually ban out the actual people's champion. They ban one of each. It's like don't even focus a ban on LeBron. You ban Crowney and you ban Shields champions. That's it, and maybe one Adam. Like everybody else, you got to counterpick. Pretty much, you got to know who to beat, because you know LeBron has 3 or 4 champions that he plays, and all you gotta do is make sure that they either you gotta kind of force them to have them pick LeBron's champion as one of the first 3, because usually they'll wait to him be the last one or a 4th champion. That's the thing about BDS. Their champion selection is LeBron.
They have a limited champion pool. LeBron only plays like one champion well, and that's like maybe a champion well. We're talking like.
That's why you
have
don't
to have at
ban
least
out
one
LeBron.
champion you play well.
That's why you don't even like.
LeBron could have picked like fucking Bard, and it really wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah,
all right.
Listen, if BDS would have won this, I said on Twitter they should have just sent everybody else in the back and just let Crowney hold the trophy by himself. That's the only reason they were up 2-2 there.
Oh, Crowney and Shio.
I want to see how bad this is. First of all, wait a minute. Hold the fuck. He knows he's on vision. First of all, why the fuck is he walking through this way when the turret plates are still there? Plus, why did he just walk through this way? Remember, guys, he's also next to a Pike and a Zaya. They both can root you and hook you.
Oh, definitely.
If this is not trolling, I don't know what is. What is that? Man's brain fell out.
Blown the fuck up. Like
what
a
is that? Crowney's looking like, man, my support is absolute ass juice.
He got blown up like somebody.
Did he not realize he had ult?
Did he have ult? Oh no,
he did.
Did he not realize he had ult?
He did. He does have ult. Yeah, it's up. He has ult. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because Sejuani ult.
No. I meant, did he not realize that Sejuani had?
Did he not have eyes? Did he not walk?
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
ADC?
This is Lebrov, so we know he doesn't check for that.
Lebrov had one. I told you, Lebrov had one good game last year. One. And it was against Vitality. So that already tells you what that means. Motherfucker literally saw the bot lane walk that way, could have walked with his ADC to live, and walked. He picked the worst possible place to walk. Why would he walk under the turret? What are you? This guy's one of the best supports in EU, right? Right? Best supports in EU, right? Exactly. Motherfucker's brain fell out. He checked his PayPal. He's like, all right, Mad Lions paid me. I'm good. I got my money, bitches.
Yep, he looks down. He sees the money come through. Like, all right, cool. Time to run it.
I believe this is the lowest seed, at least not LPL, because they have a lot of seeds in playoffs that any major region have won in a split 8th seed.
Giga
Oh,
Chad,
yeah.
JC popped off this series.
Hey.
El Yoya played great.
It's the year that it's the year the underdog. Go to Guardians 60 win.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like they all saw what DRX did.
Yeah.
What else happened? Oh, Matt. Also, why BDS drafting was sus. Everyone knows you don't give Niski Gragas mid. That's like they gave it to him twice. Back-to-back games.
Like I'm saying, BDS champion selection is horrible.
Also, why is Lebrov right there knowing that a Gragas could easily just throw? Get this guy off. Oh, this guy sucks. This man knows Gragas has his ult by now and is like walking in head of the Cassiopeia. All right, just get off the stick. Get off. Get out. You're homeless now.
Just imagine BDS would have been the first seed going against.
Imagine people said, "Yeah, we want BDS at MSI over Mad Lions. You want Adam there over Chasey?"
No,
really?
Yeah.
Imagine Carrier versus LeBron.
Why is he there? Why do you suck, LeBron?
Carrier versus LeBron. Just matter of fact, not even that. Who he versus LeBron? That shit. I don't even think he can pass who.
Carrier would have just got his dildo out and just started fist fucking him.
God.
Whoa.
Remember in this game? Now, to be fair, before Lebrov started turbo sprinting it, Shio walked back into this. Look at what Shio does in this moment. There was a moment where in one of these games where Shio actually just runs it for them. So they're already getting invaded. Booty hole's already getting stretched. And then Shio goes back in knowing he can't fight as a Vi. And he's level 3. I'm like, he ran into a Sejuani and a Jace. I was like, you could tell the nerves got to them. They were just, why would you follow this? Shio, please. No, my mind's telling me no, but my body, oh, hell, fuck.
It's just trying to make friends.
Yeah, with his computer, he's going to be jacking off to because he's watching his other guys playing MSI. But it's fine. It's cool. You know.
Yeah.
Why would he do this?
You know what's hilarious about this?
So why did Nuke not communicate? Hey, I just recalled you need to watch out for Niski going top. He goes, oh, he's not here. No, man, he's not here. Oh, hell no, I'm dead. Fuck me, pussy.
He got exploded on, man.
Why would you follow with Jason and Sejuani as a vibe with like third of your HP?
Because I think it's because he thinks that if he gets one kill at least, then it's worth, and he could have, but played it shit.
And then Game 5 happened. Adam. As you see, Adam was Adriana.
No, I have to say, you know what's hilarious about this though? You know what's hilarious about this?
And he was getting fisted?
No, here's the thing. No, it's that Niski in the offseason was either Astralis and BDS both tried to get Niski, but their transactions ended, too late. So he stayed on Mad and they kept their other mid laners around.
Sold. Remember from Mad Lions too. G2 offered like $1 million or whatever, which is stupid. That's just stupid in general for a player.
Not really. He's easily the most solidified
I don't think any player
jungler.
Is worth $1 million just in general.
Yeah, but he's easily the most solidified jungler.
That's not worth $1 million though. I would say you're worth a good $300K. That's what you're worth.
Yeah, but it's G2 though, so
no, you're worth $300K.
Now that they have Carlos out, they probably have the money, so it's fine.
Oh, good Lord. No, they paid that. Yeah. Oh my God.
But BDS and Astralis both wanted him. All right, Mad wanted Niski gone.
Remember? You're right. Mad wanted Niski gone, but what happened with Niski? Niski was also like, hey, Mad Lions, did you sell my contract yet? After the winter split was over, I was like, fuck. He was like, did you sell me yet?
Christ.
Holy crap. Oh, it's like the going team to Excel too, right?
Yeah, so it's like the team that he wanted to go to wanted them, and the team that wanted him versus the team that wanted to sell him.
The team that literally didn't want him
stupid
ends up with a trophy. El Yoya wanted to leave. No, El Yoya literally wanted to leave. Everyone knows he was going to go to G2. But, obviously Mad Lions are stupid and they didn't accept $1 million and their org's poor as fuck. $1 million? A Spanish guy. A cholito, vato, chicones, chilotes.
That's Mexican. That's not Spanish. Those are two different things.
They all make tacos and burritos anyway.
No. Oh, my God. This motherfucker is in two different continents of people.
So Mad Lions win their third title, and what's crazy is that 2 of their titles that they've won have come from reverse sweeps. First time against Rogue, and also this time against BDS. The difference with the Rogue time was that they actually really should have lost that series. That was like, okay, Rogue just griefed this. This one, they actually did legit. They win legitimately. People said BDS choked it. No. Mad Lions was in every game. Yeah. They were in every game. This wasn't a choke. BDS actually were choking as the series went on. BDS were the ones choking. Their gameplay got sloppy. Their laning. I mean, Adam was sloppy the whole series, and LeBron.
I was about to say the gameplay was just sloppy all the same. Like Mad Lions just didn't take advantage of the first two.
The first two games, Mad Lions.
And then they finally adjusted game 3. Game 4.
In game 4, they blew their asses out like this one. And game 5, they fisted them.
Game 4 was the one where they got shut out, right? BDS got shut out.
Yeah, early. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Early on, they got shut out because Mad got Rift Herald, but like this, and they managed to get was Dragon earlier. They already got a pick off on the Lebrov. So like, Mad Lions figured out, wait a minute, if we just play it a bit slower, we can beat them. Because remember, the first games that they lost, they were playing almost. No, this thing is playing way too fast. They were playing too fast to the point where they
were playing too aggressive.
And that's the biggest problem they've always had. They play too aggressive and they don't know when to back off or when to not fight. Because sometimes you don't have to fight to win a trade. Sometimes just getting a person's flash or a person's ult is a win. You know, that's also a win for you in general, though, too. Mad Lions get their 3rd title with players that they actively wanted to get rid of at the beginning part of the year. What kind of timeline is that? They beat G2. They beat G2. They got their revenge against them. Once they beat G2, you're probably thinking, like, who can stop them now?
It was GG because
if G2 can't beat them, then who else is going to? Because guys, I'm being honest here. If we were doing predictions, I was going to predict to win. All right. Good.
Nigga, skip ass, motherfucker.
I love it though. I love how Xerxes has just ruined like every team he's been on that looked good on paper, and Patrick has turned to shit. But they put the blame on VTO and Target Moss. I mean, Target Moss wasn't playing well either, but he wasn't the biggest issue, and VTO definitely wasn't. Yeah, let's not blame the fucking Xerxes. This is like his 8th roster he ruined.
Dude, Target Moss was... What was that a support? Because was he playing League of Legends? These
it wasn't the biggest problem. It was clearly Xerxes.
Not Target Moss. Oh my god, because it had Limit in spring. My bad. What was his name?
Limit.
Vetio. Vetio was pretty bad this whole year. Vetio, God, he sucked.
Yeah, he's playing with a fucking ward. What do you want him to do?
Xerxes better than Owner, man. What do you say?
Oh my god. Now, how many rosters is Xerxes gonna just randomly get put onto that looks amazing and then ruined?
He was on Unicorns of Love. That was years ago. He was actually pretty good then. He was good then.
Many fucking times.
Yeah, Xerxes only had like one good year in his career. That's when he was on Unicorns of Love, actually.
Yeah, but it's like, no, let's put him. Listen, let's put him on G2 next year. I'm sure it will work out.
Sure, and then G2 can finish 12th place with EU Master.
Yeah, but it won't be his fault though. It won't be
his fault because they'll be 13th place and out of the league.
Yeah.
This series, I don't know why game's already over. But why would you walk here knowing they were just there and it doesn't really matter? Mad win their 3rd title with players they didn't even want. What kind of industry is this, boys? What kind of industry is this? I don't know.
A shutout in the final. In the game 5 ends in the shutout.
Yeah,
every single year. Did they give up one
kill, right? They give up one kill. No,
yeah,
right?
They didn't give up a kill.
No, you're right. It was a shutout. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And it was the first finals ever to have that too. Remember, first LEC final to ever have one finals game 5 go to with 0, a perfect game in kills, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad for Niski. He gets his 2nd title. Karzi gets his 3rd title. Hillison gets his 3rd title. Ayoya gets his 3rd. Chasey gets his 1st.
Yeah. It's just so dumb, that 2020 vote. And he could have made history, but these idiots actually thought Blabber was better that split.
Yeah. What else happened? Remember in that, did you watch that Winter Split Mad Lions documentary when El Yoya was getting mad at his coach Mac? People were like, free El Yoya. I'm like, if Mad get rid of El Yoya, they're not going to be a good team.
Yeah, I mean, that just made me realize how hard El Yoya carried them.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where I told people, I like Mad Lions, and I hope they do pretty well, but like, because I like Niski, and it's like, like even if they're first seed, because remember, people forget this. Mad Lions, the reason why they did very well, had time to ramp up. Mad Lions got that ramp up time from losing to Vitality all the way to they had the ramp up period from losing to Vitality, facing all those teams. So when they're going to MSI, not having that time to ramp up, is that going to hurt them? You know, like that's kind of the big thing. G2's going to have time to ramp up. But who's better with ramp up time, G2 or Mad Lions? Because G2 legitimately, you know, I don't know. Honestly, that's what I'm at.
I mean,
kind
they
of at
made
an impasse
top
here.
4 that year from play-ins, so yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
yeah.
Has there been a single international tournament that Matt has played well in? It like they've done shit in all of them. Both MSIs, they've done shit. They just made top 4 because it was both those times because it was a given. They lost in play-ins 2 times, and then the one time where they were like automatically in groups, they should have like got eliminated and got like dead last, but fucking Tactical and Icon both inted, and so they just made top 8 because of that. Like,
yeah,
this hasn't been one international tournament where Matt has done well.
Well, did you count the first MSI where they almost beat Damwon?
That was like one game. They did not do that well.
They weren't
at that
actually going to beat Damwon.
overall.
They weren't actually going to beat Damwon at all. Damwon were just never in that game to lose.
Yeah, Damwon were also, and they were washed up. A lot of the players.
Let's see. Yeah, Mad won 2021 spring and summer. They finished MSI top 4. They got to Worlds top 8. That was like their best year.
And don't forget about the Worlds before in 2020.
Oh yeah,
with the legendary Shadow.
Yeah, where they won Worlds.
Yeah, he's still playing in LPL now.
Oh, I forgot because like people thought this was. I don't understand how this org has always been so disrespected. This has not been some like bum org like Excel and SK and like Astralis. This ain't no. This org's won titles, been to Worlds multiple times. They just today won a title.
The moment they've entered the league, they were competitive with that roster of Shadow.
Right. They've only been not competitive one split, and that was with Reeker, and Reeker wasn't even a League of Legends player. That man was a walking bot.
Yeah, Reeker
literally, he's one of the worst mids I've ever seen.
They didn't make it. Yeah.
That was the first only split they never made playoffs. They actually almost did make playoffs. They won all their games that week, but match score differentials. They lost to SK Gaming twice. They lost way too many games for them to get in playoffs. Next split they get Niski. They finished second seed. Now it's because people got mad at them because they didn't win a single BO5 last year to get into Worlds. But they did win a BO5 at Worlds though. They did beat Fangfu Buffalo. Does that count for anything? I mean, it's the VCS. They eat with chopsticks. So, I just don't know where that disrespect comes from. This not been a bum org by any stretch of the imagination. Have they been disappointing? Sure. I can say that. They've been disappointing. But this hasn't been no bum org where they finishing like 8th or 9th or 10th consistently. They've always been more or less so top 4. They've actually overperformed the expectations this year too. Did anybody have them winning the split this year? I had them like 6th. I knew they'd be top 6 at least, with the potential to be top 4.
They'd be top 5.
Yeah, I could maybe be a top 4 team at least. But all right, let's talk about some NA, guys. Don't we just love our region, right? The LCS is healthy. It's got 500,000 viewers concurrently on Twitch and YouTube.
I swear, this entire year for League of Legends, like every other year, we knew which players were the best and the worst, and the narratives would. With teams would usually follow as planned for the most part. This year has just been a clusterfuck, and with the runner-ups and everything.
Lena broke up with Double Lift, started sleeping with Bjergsen. We had Skara admitted he was sleeping with Pokimane. Lots of stuff's been going on this year, guys. Because these are jokes.
Is that first one a joke or?
Well, I mean, did you not believe that she was getting tag teamed by Bjergsen and Double Lift? That'd be kind of hot, actually. Getting her booty.
No, honestly, I don't check up with that shit.
Oh no, that never happened. I was actually just joking. Yeah,
the only time they were in this playoffs was I genuinely believe.
Oh Lord, oh God, having Bjergsen just eating her asshole out and Double just pounding her. Oh God, fuck. Bjergsen having sex with a girl. That sounds disgusting. Holy crap. He would probably think to get some Syndra ult. He's like, did I shoot my low too soon? Holy crap. All right. Give me 1 second. Hold on, give me a second. We'll talk about it later. All right, so let's go to the NA announcement. So, Evil Geniuses came in with the LCS 2023 spring split, getting Someday. They replaced Impact. They kept Inspired. They kept Jojo Pion. They got rid of Danny. Oh, fuck. I mean, they bought FBI. Let's just say that. Kaori went to Carmine Corp, and they replaced they kept Vulcan actually.
This is actually insane. You remember that year 2020 where TSM literally got rid of like 6 ADCs from all 3 of their system teams, like Kalbe, Sven, Johnson, Tactical, and then literally all of them played better than the ADC they kept double. If this is like that, they got rid of Danny, Kaori, and FBI in like one swoop motion.
Right. Now, Kaori was someone did you think they could have kept him? I thought he played fine at Worlds.
And he's still been playing great. He played great on Carmine Corp. He was their best player, but for some reason they got rid of him and others. It's like they want a full French team or something. But yeah, I don't know how he's not in LCS.
I don't know. I was like, man, this guy played pretty well given the shit situation EG put him in. I'm like, why is he not on a team?
Yeah, he should be in LCS or LEC.
But Tactical and what's his name? Tomo get to have teams? Guys, Tactical and Tomo get to have teams over Kaori. Yeah. Let that sink in. Spawn had a team, and Kaori didn't. And Kaori finished top. And Kaori was at Worlds and almost made finals randomly when EG threw him into the fucking volcano, actually, which is weird. All right, so here was Evil Genius's PR statement, which is Evil Geniuses takes great pride in our. Chaz, you getting fucked?
Nah, I'm just eating.
Okay, no problem. Thought you were just getting fucked for a second. All right, Evil Geniuses takes great pride in our commitment to competitive performance and talent development. After the outcome of our 2023 spring split season, we will be making roster changes that fully align with this commitment.
This is hilarious. Hold on, what did they just say? Take great pride in our commitment to competitive performance and talent development. And then right after
with Danny, right?
That part of that is trust in the process. All right, there's going to be some. They played perfectly fine. They got like top 4 overall on the season and playoffs and shit.
No, they didn't. No, they finished 5th, right?
No, well, in regular season, but they made top 4. In playoffs, they got eliminated in the top 4.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because
yes,
no, it was 5th place regular season. It was top 4 playoffs.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. But
that's an odd top 4, I would say. But no.
It might not be the performance they wanted, but again, it was a new team, new players, new chemistry, and they were playing well. They just had issues. They could have fixed it. They could have easily made top 3 and at least make Worlds, which would be better than whatever roster they'll be building now. It's like, why would you just dump everybody? Like, it makes me think that either after the season ended and they were scrimming and shit, they looked horrible, or there's like some arguments and shit. There has to be something backstage.
House could have been on fire. It happens all the time with teams, man, where it looks good on stage, but that shit's on fire behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the fucking org is on fire.
Well, that's probably true, too, Well, to be fair, I love how they say we take great pride in our competitive performance. Sure did with Danny, right? Yeah, he was like, I want to take a break. No, you got to play, bitch. Take your depression. Fuck that shit. You better.
Yeah, play. I will say, though, there's a lot of bullshit that's going around with that story with certain people, like the people who are there to support players like that going through issues, like the one Respawn guy.
Oh yeah.
And that he was talking about when fucking those idiots incel Storin and Richard Lewis said shit that they have absolutely no knowledge of. Like, yeah, no, it's a lot more complicated than that, and they didn't do anything poorly.
Stories were true? I thought the stories were true, honestly.
The performance people. But when it comes to the org, though, the story is true there, how they forced him to play. I'm just talking about...
Dude, remember, we saw those Danny tweets. We talked about them last year. He was like, I want to take a break. Dude, at a certain point, I think people... For his ADC play, I think people really overrate that guy. He was an okay ADC that was given a lot of resources to carry by what his team gave him. He wasn't like a top 4 ADC by any stretch. His landing phase was really bad. And at a certain point, they just gave him Seraphine to play. Like, he wasn't really that good.
That was when he was having the issues. He started having the issues, like,
at
before
MSI, he got
started.
gapped so hard.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
he started having
God.
the issues before MSI started. That's when he started having the
He got
issues.
shitted on by Flaccid. He got shitted on by Flaccid. Flaccid destroyed him.
Yeah,
Now-
yeah, that guy's on Excel's like minor league team. They
No,
should just
Heretics.
call him up over
Heretics' backup
Patrick.
team.
Oh, Heretics, my bad. I mean, with how Jack Spectra is playing, yeah, call him up.
Oh, he's a great ADC. Jack Spectra would beat Gumayusi. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, God, Jack Spectra actually was like owning everybody in the regional league, and now he's just playing like shit. I don't get it.
Reminds me of those players that people hype up in the NBA and NFL, the fucking the college teams, and then when they get up on stage in the NBA and NFL, they just fucking choke.
It's just proof that Ruby was carrying him.
Oh Lord, we will continue to share updates as we look forward to building up our team and preparing for summer split. All right, so this is the same org that treated Danny like shit, that I'm supposed to take this with like face value. Now you can go fuck yourself. They have a black female CEO, which is automatically an L. Okay. Oh shit. That's another L, right? She dated Travis Gafford. That's like 3 strikes, you're out. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big L there. Okay, funny story that just happened though.
She got on her knees and like blew his fat white cock.
Not even him. Not even that. You just burn your AC into a crisp, the first one. You don't re-sign the second one.
We actually played pretty good.
Or at least trade them to a team to get some value or something. Like, you just let them go.
Also, remember this.
No, I need to tell you guys a funny story first. So that just happened.
Ori into the fire. He had no business playing as good as he did.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah, that was.
So that's like strike 5? I mean, how many bad things that this org did?
Yeah, no, and the org though, like besides the Dota team, which was like that, there was that whole fly situation, famous story. But besides that, this was an org that people were saying like one of the best of how they treated players and everything. It's like holy fuck, and then they do all that. But again, I will say the actual like performance, people taking care of their health. Listen, that whole thing that
was the management
dumbasses like
when that EG you're talking about was owned by a different group. The time they came back to the league when they had Nicole's new that group of people when they came into the LCS with Bang and Wolf, Bang and Zazel as their bot laners. Would you? That's a new group, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm just saying, like the performance.
This technically
people,
isn't even the same evil genius as people remember.
Don't believe
right?
That. They weren't responsible.
This is the same org that has failed in CS:GO for how long? They bought a CS:GO team that should be pretty good. Man, them motherfuckers look like dog shit. They're
it is. It's horrible what they've.
And all came from. I'm not saying I'm not sexist. I love women, but just saying the black lady did lose. I'm just saying when they hired a black lady, it went to the shit.
It was shit before that. Man.
She dated Travis Gafford.
Hold on, no. Let's repeat that. You just said. I don't hate women. I'm not saying that's a problem. Then you were immediately.
They had the diversity hire tank this org.
Oh my god. Yeah,
she was the one that convinced Danny to keep playing. She was like, Danny, please play. I'll show you my big fat titties. Can you please play?
No. Listen, that Travis Gafford shit. Listen, so somebody told me on Twitter that Travis Gafford has such a shallow ego that if you send a comment or a tweet on Twitter, just hinting at like him and was it Wolf or something in the same tweet? The guy he had beef with, just something like Travis and Wolf are my favorite reporters. Then he'll fucking block you. So I did that as a test, and he blocked me. And on YouTube,
you are a horrible person. You are a horrible person. You got blocked by half the LCS players because you're mean. Because you're a dick.
He blocked Destiny and this fuck blocked me. That's all.
Oh yeah.
This is EG CEO. She's not bad looking. I mean, I don't date black girls, but Travis likes his chocolate. He likes his Hershey's. And it's whatever. But they've broken up long since then. Obviously, this is their CEO now. So EG at one point had two. The original EG that everyone knows, that group is not there anymore. The new group came in and just basically fired everyone and then put their diversity hire there. And then, that's when we seen all this shit happen.
I'm so surprised they broke up because, with how crazy both of them are, I thought it would be.
So I'll ask you guys this. So let's say it's not money. what would be the reason why they would break up this roster? I think they still had a really good roster on paper, though, right? The roster showed some promise. It's not like this roster.
I think those last few weeks might have saw something where it was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
I think it's money though, but I think it's money.
It has to be money.
It's money, and there's something else that we're gonna find out later on.
They want to get Inspired off his contract.
I know the story.
Well, remember, they want to get Inspired off his contract because Inspired's contract ends this year, and he has a 3-year contract. They definitely want to get rid of that because on 3-year contract with esports players, you'll be paying a lot of money. If it's not money, I don't know what it could be.
No, I know the story, right? I have my insider sources. I'm going to tell you, right?
From Reddit.
Yeah. So basically, Impact, Inspired, and Vulcan were like, yo, can we please just play with Ryomer? This fucking JoJo kid is inting his ass off. And they were like, no. JoJo's our face. You know, he makes funny memes. And then Inspired was like, fuck that. And then they're like, okay, just for that, we're putting you on Sedge duty. It's like, no, I'm not playing with this dog mid laner from fucking NA. I'm not playing fucking Sedge. And they're like, okay, you're gone by. And then Vulcan was like, what the fuck? And then they're like, okay, you're working at McDonald's. Go flip some fucking burgers.
All right,
fuck
so
that.
The real story is I saw FBI pounding out Lena, just getting all up in her guts, tongue all in her ass.
Really?
Yeah.
For how long?
I watched it and I jerked off to it. Pretty hot. Now,
how long was it for though?
Oh, dude, like less than 2 seconds. He didn't last that long. What the hell? He didn't last in that tight Asian pussy that long. What the hell? I know is not hitting her G spot like that. I know he's not.
Yeah. Okay, but there are rumors though that Vulcan might.
Do you think I can eat out Pokemon's booty hole and make her come on my face?
Oh Jesus, fuck.
Oh, God.
Okay. Anyway, now, do you believe those rumors though that Vulcan's going to an EU team if a team like Fly doesn't pick him up because of their Korean?
Okay, but I'm gonna ask you this too because I know you like Winston.
Hey, Vulcan and BDS, get LeBron the fuck off about that.
LeBron's the best supporter EU. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, nigga only knows 3 champions and he's only good with one of them. Okay.
Debatably good with one of them.
Hey, that's 33%. That's failing. 2/3 is still failing. Like, motherfucker, you can't have only 3 good champions to play, and you get waxed. And they don't even ban your champions anymore. They just let you like pick whatever champion you want. We'll smoke you. Like, there's teams that like go back at the game's BDS laws. They didn't even try to ban a champion of his. They just let him get smoked.
They actually gave him first pick a lot of times in the series too. You can first pick whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You're just shit.
We're not gonna ban him anyway. We'll be like, oh, I'm gonna pick Thresh. All right, cool. Who beats Thresh? All right, cool. Yeah, Pike.
Yeah, but no. Basically, though, like because a lot of teams at the top have like their rosters already figured out, or they're like Korean speaking rosters, and the other ones like doesn't really have as much faith, and also that is a win by Vulcan.
Vulcan says, take pride in this ratio.
Yeah.
Out ratio to Ord.
Yeah, so basically they said that he might just go to a EU for a team like even just like XL just to get his like, just to get his rep up, playing in like a what's supposed to be like a higher caliber league, because even if he doesn't make worlds with that team, he wasn't going to NA anyway if he doesn't get on a top org. So what do you think about those rumors there?
What's the guy that I was talking? What's the guy with the guy who's just like Jacob Wolf now? Is that his Alejandro Gomez, right?
Yeah,
it's Alejandro Gomez. Yeah, okay. He's the guy that reported on. I'm trying to find his article first.
Yeah, just remember, don't tweet about Gafford and Wolf in the same tweet, or you'll get blocked. Because Gafford is.
Should I tweet at Travis and say, hey, your girlfriend dumped you, and Jacob Wolf's a better reporter?
Yeah, you'll get blocked.
Well, you'll get blocked for sure for that, And then also don't.
How would I know if he blocked me if I muted him first?
Yes, and also just don't criticize, Double Lift, or he'll block you as well.
Just tell him this. Hey, your girlfriend told me you had a small dick and you didn't have a BBC. Just.
No.
That's why they don't let him have interviews anymore. The org owners know he dated a black girl. That's automatically a no. Can't touch my players. You dating these gorillas?
Jesus Christ! Shit! You gotta chill, nigga.
Oh my God, Travis is dating black girls. Don't want that hood in the LCS. Don't want the inward slinging here.
What the fuck? Okay, what the fuck? You're Afromu, just played. Come on, just retired.
No, Afromu's kind of like whitewashed black. That doesn't really count. Come on.
Jesus,
I thought he was Dominican. I thought Afromu was Dominican.
This is the same person who proudly
he's not Hispanic.
Proudly posted
no,
his
that guy's
things
black.
on Reddit.
I thought he was
This is the same guy.
I thought Afromu was like Puerto Rican or something.
No, that guy's black. That guy's
a Puerto Rican. He looked Puerto Rican.
He does look Puerto Rican though, but he's black. No, he's black.
God, he literally has black in his name. I think
his dad. If you see his dad in like past videos, dad looks as black as like Michael Clark Duncan. Holy shit!
David Ortiz is black as shit, and he's Dominican, the motherfucker. Like,
come on, the guy literally has black as his last name. I'm not even joking.
So Alejandro Gomez tweets, sources, Inspired, Vulcan someday, and FBI will not continue in the main roster of Evil Geniuses. Inspired is already exploring options in LEC and LCS. I mean, he's gonna, as long as he doesn't go to Dignitas and Immortals and TSM, because those guys aren't paying top dollar for him. That won't matter.
What a stupid fucking order. You have Hoon who just stomped the entirety of the circuit, and then you
stomping NA Academy. Yeah,
he literally played amazing though. They should have just called him up, but they got rich.
You said Joey was good. Joey fucking sucks.
What do you mean? He was great for all the splits in the academy system, playing with dog ADCs. I never said he would have stayed. I'm just saying they would have. They should have given him a chance.
You said Full Ass was good too.
What? No, fuck off. All right, listen. I just said they should have given him a split chance in LCS, and also he would have been better than Fleshy in them, which he was.
Fleshy was amazing, dude. Easily top 2 support in the league. What are you saying, man?
Jesus.
All right, here is the full article. According to sources close to Blix.gg, as a follow-up of Evil Genius's announcement, the American organization will part ways with 4 players of the League of Legends roster, someday inspired FBI Vulcan. Jojo Pion is expected to stay in the roster, but at the moment, we can't 100% confirm this information. Wait a minute. I know where Jojo Pion's going. He's going to start dipping in Valkyrie's booty hole for a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
Could he even handle that?
You know what would legit be better for someday if he tried getting on one of those LCK rosters right now, because there's some shitty ones
right now. They take him back? He hasn't been in the LCK in a long time, man.
Yes, but there have been some shitty ones with some rookies that have not turned out, especially for top lane in the LCK. Like at least 4 of them. Like I think they would. They took a chance on other ones like Bang after a while. I'm sure they could with Someday. True.
I mean,
Someday played well this split.
So you think Someday to Gen G? Oh god. Okay. Someday to Damwon? He'd be better than Kana.
Jesus Christ. Kana's been doing fine. What are you
talking about? DRX. Someday to DRX.
Okay. He's trying to go to Worlds this year.
I know.
Not like stay at home and not go to Worlds.
No, but if there's no teams available, then just go to like.
I'd
DRX
rather just go to. Wait, where could he go? Okay, so let's just go through them all. Okay, so if Inspired's going, I think this guy's going back to EU.
I think he's going to BDS. They're going to get rid of LeBron. I gotta wear it for it.
He's part of the jungler. Remember? That means you go
to No.
I mean, Vulcan go to BDS.
Yeah, Vulcan. Sorry, Vulcan.
Yeah, there is a chance that Inspired and Vulcan go to the same team. For a team that needs a jungle support duo.
Fnatic?
Oh,
yeah.
Fnatic? Ooh.
Vitality? Nah.
Okay, that's how you get unemployed.
Nah, okay.
Someday, I think someday might want to stay in the LCS. I just don't know where he'd go, though. 100 Thieves?
Nah. After...
Just imagine that, just going back there.
I'm gonna tell you this: if someday doesn't doesn't go back to the LCK, he might go to a shit team and then might go back to other team because
he might not have a team, man. Who's gonna pay that guy's? I mean, unless they know their salaries are gonna go down because the industry is like kind of collapsing.
Yeah,
the money's going down. They're gonna have to take pay cuts, and it's gonna have to be at least on a team that is at least gonna make playoffs. Now remember, LCS this split is gonna have 8 teams make playoffs. He's not going to Cloud9. They have Fudge. That's not happening.
Yeah.
He just left Evil Geniuses. He just left 100 Thieves. No. Those are off the table. Unless he wants to make Worlds with TSM.
Yeah.
Fuck. Team Liquid.
No. Go to Guardians. He can replace.
No, Liquid's trying
He could replace. Would they do that?
I don't think so. I think they're
If
committed
Licorice
with
bombs the
Licorice.
fuck out,
If Licorice bombs in MSI's possibility.
You don't know, man. That shit.
I've seen that. We've seen that shit happen. No, remember G2 won spring when they first joined, and the bot lane already knew they were replaced at MSI. I mean, anything's possible. I will say that.
That's crazy.
No, literally, the bot lane found out they were getting replaced at MSI when G2 very first won the first split, and they ran it down. They ran it down that whole tournament. They did not try. They didn't try at all. They're like, I'm already gonna be jobless. Why try for this org anymore?
If I knew I'm getting fired, man, I'm about to just not turn off any of the equipment. The light bill's gonna be $2,000. The fryers might explode. Come on, son. I ain't doing nothing. What?
So I would say someday. Wait a minute. If Team Liquid wants to retool their whole roster, that's fine. Wouldn't they just take out all those players?
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking like they would have never
that
do
LCK
it
roster they have ain't working. I mean, with someday it might work. Maybe someday.
I was gonna say they won't do it because they're too committed to core JJ. I think, but Winsome or Ayla could actually go there.
People keep saying Vulcan to FlyQuest, but okay, fact is, and for Winsome, he gets kind of shafted on C9 because of LS. Goes to E-Masters, plays well, gets to be on FlyQuest because the Ayla situation. Plays well on FlyQuest, then gets shafted for Ayla. They don't put him back in.
the main person, and then they don't bring him back in when they should have. Brought him back in too late. The synergy's already messed up again.
Yeah, but even then, he played way better.
Right,
it wasn't his fault.
And then after that, now they're gonna get rid of him again for another dude. I'd be like, fuck this.
But the thing is, Vulcan and Winsome are friends. That means that synergy might actually work. Ayla, apparently, they said Ayla didn't really get along with anybody. If that shit happens, you getting fired. You're and we brought you in, and you have more losses than the guy.
Roster, though.
Also, that factor in.
With Winsome, you win more. With Ayla, you win less. See,
Vulcan can't speak with them. It's a Korean-speaking roster.
He can speak with Impact. Impact talks in our language.
I got banned by one of these staying accounts. It was like, but you shouldn't be shitting on Ayla. I'm like, Winsome, you won more. What the fuck? Like, it ain't my fault. The guy got the shit in his name. With Winsome, you was winning more.
It's
but now you got Ayla, and now you got Ayla. Y'all can't win a fucking game to save your life.
So what's gonna happen? FBI goes and plays with Core JJ.
Oh god. That's okay.
God, on paper that would seem kind of good, but I don't know.
Core JJ needs to retire. Just might as well just blow up the whole team.
I would say
he should actually just retire with Bjergsen in this play and then get in like Winsome or something.
Yeah,
I would say if TL
Core JJ should have retired last year. I'm sorry,
because who's this?
Simon didn't want to be there. Core JJ looked like he was done.
They would have so if Team Liquid got these players, they would have Someday, Inspired, Yeon, Vulcan, and FBI. How are we feeling about that? That'd be. Because there's no doubt in my mind, TL are not going to try for some of these players. No way. Piosik ran it down in every way possible.
I think Piosik might be done. I'm not gonna lie, he was probably done after that first game when he lost to FlyQuest. You could tell he was just like, "Oh my god, how the fuck did I lose to FlyQuest?"
He said he was gonna retire after he lost to FlyQuest. Motherfucker called himself Mark now. Good God.
Yeah.
I'm Mark. Tenacity said he would shave his head. Has he yet?
Hell no, he ain't shaved his fucking head.
He's too pretty for that shit. I'll shave his head. Man, good looking.
I ain't gonna lie. No, there was a stream where he cannot find the light anywhere. This motherfucker did a Photoshop of him shaving his head. That motherfucker got a weird shaped head. He needs to keep the hair on. Or if you go, don't fully shave the hair off because he has a weird shaped head.
Yeah, that's what one LCK commentator did. He made a bet when I forgot who it was when like Damwon was up like 12K gold in Game 5 of the winner of the losers finals to face T1, I believe it was against Genji, and they said, you know, if Damwon loses this, I'm shaving my hair, and they fucking lost. But so he didn't cut it all the way.
Oh man.
Oh my god. It's just, you know, because people have been asking about because the next show we're gonna do on Wednesday, we're gonna talk about like the esports system as a whole and stuff like that. But you know, we got a chance to talk about pretty much everything so far. Is the LCS on fire and all the orgs are losing money? Yeah. Now, keep in mind, guys, Cloud9 at one point had Microsoft as a sponsor. They don't have Microsoft anymore. They don't even have BMW anymore. A lot of these FlyQuest has one sponsor, and that's MasterCard. One.
Yeah, because 100 C's lost on their sponsors. They lost a shit ton of sponsors.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because a lot of
I think
orgs
they'll
are.
get them.
No, dude.
I don't know.
If by what we've been seeing, because I know we've been seeing the same shit, these guys are coming back. This is over. They're done. They're not coming back to the space. Like, if investors don't want to come back, if sponsors don't want to come back to the space, that's pretty bad. Like, and I can't really blame them either, though. These orgs made no content surrounding these guys.
Like, it's not even that. It's not even that. When the money you invest in and they can't recoup that money back.
Yeah, the ROA is really bad.
But if I invest $250,000 and I can't even get that back,
oh no, you're looking to get $100 back. I'm being honest.
Like,
because remember me and James were talking about esports and investing. I was like, dude, the reason salaries are the reason why the scene is dying. If I pay a player $3 million, let's just say I do, because that'd be stupid, right? How am I making $3 million back during that year with that player? Definitely not in merch sales. These guys are broke. They don't got no money. How they ain't paying for them jerseys?
Bitcoin scam.
All right, legal.
Oh my god.
Okay, that went left. That went Joe Biden left right there.
Okay, I called that a year before.
FTX and insider trading. First of all, I've been telling people this, and I remember this wasn't because of the league, but I said it's fun enough. If you invest in if you're a company and you invest, and I remember Sean said this as well. I was like, you cannot be investing in this shit for long term. This is one of those when it hits the peak, take your money out. Like I did that with I had one Bitcoin, I was able to sell that, but that's when it was right as it was. Like I sold around like 15,000. But the thing is, getting that money is kind of hard because it's so much legality. The taxes, the tax.
Remember that 4 Horsemen episode with Devin Nash and those guys? He said one of the Alienware sponsors in the scenes only sold like 18 PCs. Now, we can narrow this down. The only people with an Alienware sponsorship in the league was the LCS at a certain point. They have LG now, Ultra Gear, right? They have my bigger monitor.
18 PCs at $2,000 is only $36,000. That's barely a contract.
So LCS was sponsored by Alienware, Team Liquid is, and Travis is.
That is dumb.
And they sold 18 PCs, and 3 people have the sponsorships. A content creator had it.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say don't say journals. Do not say journals. His integrity is trash.
And Team Liquid with Steve.
I don't mind
the actual LCS.
I don't mind Traffic Gabber, but he cannot call himself a journalist. That is That is bullshit.
I mind him.
Can I call myself a black guy then? If Travis can call himself a journalist?
He is garbage at his job, and he just has a shallow ego. All right.
And he dated a black girl. Come on, let's throw that in there.
I just want to remind you all. MSK proudly posts these streams on like Reddit and shit, League of Legends Reddit, and then says this shit.
Oops.
Like I got no issue with Traffic Gabber, but he cannot call himself a journalist.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. Why the fuck did they like make no effort in content and other shit if they were gonna get these sponsors? Like, remember those series Cloud9 used to do? Like,
on Cloud9?
Yeah, that used to be sick in like 2017, 2018, 2019. What the fuck ever happened to them? It's like you're not doing anything anymore.
Do you know what really happened? They got so big that they stopped doing it because they thought they didn't need to do it anymore. They stopped telling the stories.
God.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying this is what I. This is what
it's like it's what made people invested in players and their org. It's like what the fuck?
These like TSM legend style videos is what got people invested in these players. How would anybody know who Contracts is without those videos? I don't know. I don't even would know. A lot of these videos help out. So Lena said they have to get a certain quota of views for these sponsors. If you do, because how many weeks are in a split? Like 8 to 9, right? If you do like 5 Cloud9 episodes, those could get like 20K, 40K views. You do like 3 of them, they're right there. There's your 100K views right there. On bad orgs, you won't be getting that. But if we're going like top end orgs, 100 of these you should do the heist. Heist, you get loads of views. Average episode, 60K. And Nate Shot's like, after we win a title, finally, all these years being in the scene, no more heist. What the fuck? Right at the time you win, you're stopping your series? What is that?
It's fine. They made a video of Little Nas. It's okay.
The guy that got fucked by the devil The black guy, all black, oh hell no.
This is just all stupid. What are they thinking?
Keep in mind, 100 Thieves finally won their first trophy, and then at that point, Nate Shot said, "No more heists." Wait, what?
Because they peaked. That was the thing. He didn't think. I remember him saying a lot of these series ended because he didn't think they were going to be able to do any better after that. It's like, do you end
that could have kept their sponsors having some of those big videos still pop off for them, dude. Imagine the views the heist could have got with Doublelift and Beerson on it.
There's
Just
two
imagine that.
There's two things that could have kept the sponsors going for Dust for 100 Thieves. That's this the heist going and them actually doing content with people other than Yasuo. Because it's cool to do an interview with Yasuo, but Yasuo don't even want to. Yasuo half the time don't even want to play fucking League of Legends.
He's so removed from League. He doesn't want to admit it at this point. He's so gone from this game at this point, man.
He's been gone. I remember following him back in like 2019, 2020. He was gone then. This is what I was hoping they were doing. They never did it. Okay, you take Tenacity. You have Tenacity versus Vinny Hacker. You know, the handsome fellows, whatever. You put them in a series of games. Of course, you put Vinny's good at Valorant. You put Tenacity's good at League, and then you put them in 3 other games that they're neutral at, and then you see who's better. Stuff like that. Think about it. Who doesn't want to see Vinny versus Tenacity? You can have Busio and Doublelift and Beerson do the heist, and then Closer comes out and closes the whole thing. It's like, boom.
Just imagine that, man. Imagine a heist series with Closer, Beerson, and Doublelift. And given that period that they went through that real hard rough patch in the middle part of sport where they're losing all those games, that series is guaranteed views at Doublelift. And that's where they kind of got those players. People literally know they got Beerson and Doublelift for, you can say merch, right? Why not use that in videos? The videos that they did put out with them did pretty decently well. Why not do your heist series? Why not bring it back for those players?
They had that shit roster, but they had like the best entertainers. Like what they had Finn, Broxa, Poe Belter, Wild Turtle, and then Smoothie. It's like they made no content with them.
Yeah,
besides the video, where they literally filmed them saying, "Yeah, you guys you're done. You're fired. You're retired."
Oh, that was good because you need to see unemployed motherfuckers in this. Okay, I'm just looking. My thing here is a lot of these orgs got really complacent with how big they got that they think with a lot of their stories, and they stopped telling stories. And now you see them do those videos again, but they're not as long. Like Cloud9 will do them, but they're not 30 minutes long. They're 5 minutes, 10 minutes long. They're barely 8 minutes. Their Valorant videos same way. They're basically doing on Cloud9, except it's just less time. It's gonna be an 8-minute video with that kind of thing. My thing here is if they don't put out enough content, I mean, how are people gonna watch? Because I know people said they do, but let's be honest here. It's not even a lot of these orgs are doing that brands for the most part, and the LCS doesn't help with that, right? And there's not really any videos to get people invested into watching these players.
That's the same bottom tier orgs. If people don't even know, people only know the players for their esport. It's as a Valorant player, do they know who's on the League of Legends team and vice versa? I was and I think the other thing that 100 Thieves did that was fucked up. They should have kept their Rainbow Six team, and they should have kept their I forgot the other team.
Are they still in COD?
I think are they still? I don't even remember.
Are they still in COD? Because
what
they could definitely have a much more cheaper roster.
They won the World Championship in COD, and then after that, we just never saw another video from them.
What org are you talking about is still in COD?
100 Thieves. 100 Thieves. That's still on COD, right?
I think they still are. I just think they're called.
They might sell that
some shitty city-based thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, after all those cryptic clips of Nate Shot, I mean, obviously they might be out of context too. I'll say that for a disclaimer. He's been pulling out of some of these esports. There's no way I think he pulls out of LCS. No way. That's one of the biggest fan bases.
That might be the last thing too. But my thing is too. Someone who's been looking through is Too Hype hasn't done a thing a month. They don't do content creation as much anymore. They used to have. I remember 2022, late 2021. They used to have 3 to 5 episodes a week. And then now they only got the podcast. It's like they're using the podcast in place of them doing actual content. Like that's what's hurting too. That's 2022. It was 3 to 5 videos a week of them. No podcast, just 3 to 5 plus podcasts. 3 to 5 videos a week of them just doing content, and it was getting like hundreds of thousands of views, depending on what video. Some series needed to end, like the one where Yasuo was. I'm sorry, Yasuo. The minute his contract, get him the fuck out of there. He and then he talk about he want more money. Motherfucker, stop buying Gucci shit. Every time I turn around, you got a new Gucci belt. Like, got a new Gucci sweater. Like, nigga, you don't need that much Gucci. The fuck?
Did you just on?
What?
Okay,
What?
never mind.
You foaming
At
at the
first,
mouth again?
no, I read that comment there and I was like, "Are you actually sad?" But no, I read it as sad. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, he's being sarcastic."
Oh Lord, give me one sec.
Okay.
Because a lot of these, I know some of these. Because this is an episode we're gonna have Wednesday at 3 p.m. my time. We're gonna go over the whole esports scene. Like looking at Valorant now, I think a lot of these orgs are just banking on Valorant. Like some of these orgs, like 100 Thieves of Cloud9, built up their main YouTube channels only to just never put content on them anymore. G2 ended up doing it as well.
It's all stupid. I
Channels
don't
have
get it.
hundreds of thousands of subs.
This is what I think they should have done. 100 C's phone in the bag at one point. The channel they turned into Valorant, they should have kept that as the League of Legends channel. I think they should have done the other way around. I think because Valorant at that point, and then you could have built a whole new following because people were subscribed to who are League of Legends players. Now you got League people are leaving, go for your new channel, but not all of them are going to follow over there. Some might just unsubscribe and just not go over there. It's like it was one of those things.
They had an episode with Arya. Did she show her tits in this video? Oh God!
Oh my
Jesus
God!
Christ. It's all stupid. Like if you want to do that separate in channels thing, I would say just still upload the same content on the main channel. Just have an option though, where if you don't like the other, if you only want specific ones, then you can sub to these ones
But like
instead.
orgs
Sort of like
with
Twitter
G2, Cloud9, and 100 Thieves. Let's be honest here, dudes. Come on. Most people are there initially for League of Legends. That's what it should stay as.
Their YouTube content has like died now. It's sad.
They don't even put up like 100 Thieves last video on their main YouTube channel, not barring views, was 3 weeks ago. That's not bad.
It's not
bad.
But
the gaps in that after that, it's like a month, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. They're literally basically releasing a video a month.
That's what I'm saying. And go back to last year when they had 3 videos a week. See, they've been decreasing. Go 2 videos a week.
Yeah, well, why are the sponsors disappearing? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's almost like my content's non-existent, and then the sponsors look at that. A sponsor's gonna look at this and go, "Wait a minute, you're okay." Now I understand. Not every single sub you guys gonna watch.
Two of the shows got canceled. The Kaide and Minnie with Knives got canceled because
this is like the 100 Thieves Frost guy where he's like he's making
the frosting. Holy shit!
Yeah, it's like he makes no content, and then he's like,
Nico Lowell, she made like a little videos, and she's like, I don't know why they let go of me. You made like nothing. You made like 3 videos.
No,
what?
the issue is she was only good when they were during the pandemic lockdown. The minute and then you realize you couldn't put her. You can only put her in stuff where she showed off her looks, because the more she talked, the more she sounds stupid. Because there's episodes I was like, no, because they will put her on Jeopardy if she just auto lose. I'm like, oh my God, that don't fucking sense.
Like, look at this, for example, people. G2, this now, obviously, disclaimers here. Not every bit of their subs are going to watch. There might be some dead subs, sure. But a sponsor's going to go, why are you creating a separate League of Legends channel? You could just post your League of Legends video here with more subs. You don't have to move anywhere. Just post the same shit here. And a lot of these orgs like G2, Cloud9, 100 Thieves, they started in League, so people are only in their main channel for League.
No, this is the issue. Okay, the League of Legends channel makes sense. They ain't got one for CSGO.
Yeah, G2 is pretty big in CSGO. They don't win in CSGO, but they're big in it.
But Valorant and then why you got a Rainbow Six and
Rocket League? I don't know about the Rainbow Six. I heard they're pretty still decent in that too.
You should do G2 Gaming. Just have everything.
Yeah,
there.
Why don't they just have one?
Why do you got a Rocket League channel? Rocket League ain't never that.
They like Rocket League.
Oh, look at the Halo one.
They got a Halo sim racing.
Yeah, in fairness, listen, the Halo esports was actually amazing again, but then
Fortnite.
But then 343 fucking ruined it, so it's all dead now, sadly.
Sim racing content, 68 views. That's what we get on videos. That's what we get on these shows.
That's
How does MSK have more videos than an official G2 thing?
That's what I'm saying. Me and MSK be getting that on a.
I get 68 views on these podcasts that we do with you fuckers.
There's more women that have spoke to MSK in real life than the views on this.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me like that. So 100 Thieves, they had their 100 Thieves esports channel, and I was like, okay, just keep all your esports there. But now we gotta be League of Legends. Now we gotta be Valorant. It's like, then what? That's what I'm trying to say. Why can't the org? Okay, have a separate channel. Don't have like 20 of these. Not everyone's gonna sub to all of these. Let's be honest.
It's good because it makes it that fan can go to that channel. It doesn't have to worry about seeing stuff they don't watch, and then you don't get all your fans. My issue, G2 just went overboard. It was like, oh, we got Rainbow Six, we got Rocket League, we got Sim Racing, we got look at all the fucking channels they got.
But let's be honest here, dude. Everyone's here for League already. You're gonna be here for this main channel. There's no need to make a League of Legends channel if everyone's already here just for League.
Not even just that. Why do you got 9 channels? Look.
Yeah, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
That's 10?
Apex Apex Legends ain't never that big where you got his own channel. You got one video.
That's a short. This is basically it. Yeah, it's a video? That's it. Oh, boy.
682 subs. Get out of here. Sim Racing, Halo.
WZ, they aren't getting no cloud. These guys ain't getting no cloud from this. And second of all, these ain't even getting subs.
Who the fuck is watching Sim Racing?
Video Sim Racing. Blah, blah, blah. Oh Lord, bruh.
Roster reveal 10 days. At least that one's updating, but it's like
somewhat.
Sim Racing. What the?
What is this, man?
Yeah, like,
why are people still doing Fortnite content? People still doing Fortnite content in 2023?
I don't know, but listen, T1 did the formula well though, because how they separated it is basically they still had the main channel where they upload literally everything on it, but then they have the individual channels like I believe T1 Fighting or something with stuff like League of Legends where they upload the same content again, but then they just have extra things that are just specifically more League of Legends that wouldn't be as good for the main channel stuff like player stream highlights, just watching like Faker and stuff in solo queue and just highlights.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you do it and separate the channels. If you want to do that,
too. They'll have Showmaker watch like the LCS
what they
finals.
did, but what these fuckers are doing is what they basically just did is just completely killed off their main channel with all the subs and fans and just have uploaded now like maybe like one merch advertisement video like every 6 months. And then have just now done that with the individual channels.
I love Cloud9.
Any subs.
I love me some Cloud9. But what happened to their the 9 series with Monty? Obviously, you don't need Monty anymore because he's doing his own thing, right? But that was bad. Oh, we're not talking about that. Oh Lord. They killed that guy. All right, so the Cloud9, right? Why did Cloud9 ever need a League of Legends YouTube channel separately? That's why everyone was subscribed to the main channel for. Like these videos get views.
And why are they so separated? Why are they so separated?
Yeah. Remember, I Will Dominate. He promoted this one. He's like, yeah, if you want more behind the scenes, because remember how it was advertised, dude. More behind the scenes, all that stuff. It's the same shit, guys. This is the same shit as this one. This is what the original one was putting out. Valorant, I could understand. That's fine. Whatever. CS:GO, they're big. These two, I can fully understand. Halo, really? Fortnite. Clips, yeah, okay. The Clips channel is kind of a YouTube, a meta kind of thing. C9 TV, like who's watching all this stuff? I would say just these 3 is what you need. Everything else is kind of just maybe a bonus, right? Fnatic also do it very well. Fnatic and I would say Fnatic have a pretty good grasp of League of Legends content. I would say. I don't think Fnatic have a separate League of Legends YouTube channel. No, they don't. I don't think they do. Do they? Yeah, Fnatic do it the best. Like I mentioned, yeah, you're right, Juvie. Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, Fnatic do it the best. 1 CS:GO channel, 1 Valorant one. That's all you need. Everyone in Fnatic, everyone is subscribed to Fnatic for either League of Legends or CS:GO. Let's be completely honest here. So you don't need to make a Fnatic League of Legends YouTube channel. That would be stupid. All the League of Legends content sits here on Fnatic. And if you want CS:GO stuff, go there. If you want Valorant stuff, go there. You don't need too many of these. I would only say make separate channels for esports you're big in specifically. If everyone's already here for CSGO or League or Valorant, you don't need to make a separate channel for. That's it. I mean, this is the same shit they were putting on their main YouTube channel. Like, what's different with this? I mean, I like it, but it's just, their Valorant content. When is the VCT Americas? I want to watch it, but they never advertise it. I want to watch the VCT Americas, but I never advertise this shit. When are they playing? VCT Americas. When are they playing? They're playing right now, an hour ago. Really? Oh, they're watching on. Oh, you have to watch it in the LOL esports client. That's where you watch it at. VCT Americas. Who's playing? He can't be stopped an hour ago. Okay. 20 Valorant. All right, guys. So is there anything else you guys want to say before we head out? Actually, because we'll go over all of the other stuff on Wednesday. But yeah, it's just, I mean, Team Liquid, that's a joke. Team Liquid, one time, I had one of the YouTube channels, I shit you not, because you would only know if you were there. It was literally called Team Liquid PR as a YouTube channel. Team Liquid PR.
Oh, no, I'm a big fan of their PR team, you know? Yeah, listen, I'm sure they're better than Majors' PR team, though.
Like, Team Liquid are big in
PR team.
Like, Team Liquid are big in CSGO, they're big in League. They literally sacked their original League channel, which is now the CSGO one, for just CSGO. And they haven't put out CS. The last CSGO video was 5 days ago. The rest have been, the month, 3 months, 4 months kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, but I did have one thing with basically Team Liquid. So Lauren was a stupid choice for coach to begin with. It's like the guy was away from the scene for like fucking 6 years, and there's just like, yeah, let's give him head coach. But anyway, with the coach though for the situation, I don't know who. Oh my god,
Team Liquid unlisted.
Yeah, unlisted. But anyway,
unlisted, just like their league season. They're not listed at all.
Really? Yeah, with their coach situation, though, I have to. It probably won't happen because for some reason the guy just doesn't like the head coach position, even though he was great at it. But would you rather see Rainover get called up from assistant to head coach on Team Liquid instead of getting in a new one? Or
wait a minute, hold on. Nope. Women in leadership future. What the?
That put me to sleep. I'm sorry.
This is the LaQuisha talking to me. LaQuisha gonna be giving me advice.
The guys' posts were cool, but the other one,
yeah. Listen, diversity is cool and all, but I'm not watching like an hour thing about you talk about how you're a woman.
Yeah, I ain't not watching that. Team Liquid, just a little channel called Team Liquid. That's it.
But anyway, would you like it if Rainover was called up as a head coach? He's a assistant coach right
honestly.
Now.
I mean, they could
but he doesn't like the head coach position though for some reason.
They should probably get Reapered from Vegeta Gaming or some shit. Maybe that might help them.
Well, is he even on a team right now?
Yeah, Reaper's coaching Vegeta Gaming.
Oh, Sengoku Gaming. Okay.
Vegeta Gaming. Because they let Dead Nation fuck me go to MSI. Dead Nation, they've been fucking me for years watching this.
They
team,
should
man.
not. It's unbelievable that they should not have went to World Sengoku.
They went Super Saiyan. They went Super Saiyan God mode.
It's so stupid. Sengoku and that other team were much better, but it's just like in CB LOL though. All the other teams choke. So
Sean, only you watch that.
Yeah, so that's why you always see what's his name again, the mid laner. Tim Owens. Tim Owens.
That guy still.
And Robo.
God damn.
Yeah.
That
would have been a better import than fucking Eevee. And when he's like 29 years old, Jesus Christ.
Real quick.
Hold on. K-Dot said Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom trailer is about to be on point. Okay, I'm gonna have to put L to that. L.
Okay.
L there.
Hey, we're just talking about LeBron though. I have a perfect video right here. Yeah, so I'm just saying that. Can you screen share it?
Yeah.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah. So this is basically LeBron in a nutshell. All right.
at 20 minutes. Here goes Froggen down.
Big damage on the Corky as Doku's got to cut this out. Looks for the Q, finds the hit there as Contracts picks him away though. But here comes the squad. They turn on the turret. Big has arrived and again just dies the Contract.
There's LeBron. What a great play.
Wait, BDS had
Remember
a
that guy?
support? BDS had a support? I thought they were playing 4v5. Well, 3v5.
Oh.
Adam sure didn't show up. I don't know what Adam. That was not the Adam I saw in the regular season.
That was the last regular season game in Big's career.
Big should have never been on the team. Big always was bad. Big was always bad. That guy stunk.
LeBron
God,
James.
that's how LeBron's fucking playing like.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Holy crap. Oh, Adam. I swear, who Chasey bought a French baguette, probably like 10 inches, shoved it in Adam's butt, repeatedly drilling his shit out. Just like one of those anchors that drill the rocks to break him when you're like doing construction, digging his shit out. Dig all his booty hole out, cleaned him, rinsed him out, washed him, then fucked him again.
Okay.
Jeez, you're just destroying him today.
Okay. But before you get more graphic,
He should have nightmares about how much Chasey fucked him tonight. Oh my god.
Hit that link in the private chat. You gotta watch that LS.
Jesus.
Okay. Let me see what this is. Give me one second.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Chasey
really
screwed fucking Adam harder than EG did with Danny. Jesus Christ.
Do it really quickly. We'll watch Sean's brother.
Okay, just give you a follow up. What do you think? What do you think would be good if CBLOL was just absorbed into the LCS?
Like it just turns to the players, right?
No, the teams.
I don't think it would ever happen though.
No, I'm saying like whatever team's good gets capped, the other ones get like that might not.
You mean right?
Oh, you're talking about kicking out the trash ones, keeping like the top ones, like
they used to have that.
Yeah,
relegation.
Technically, it's relegation, I guess.
Yeah, then they franchised in 2018.
You're basically talking about adding in more teams, but just taking from CB Low, which has better viewership.
Yeah, that plus LB taking most of the players as well. Because
that's what they should do.
There's no Canadian teams, but there's Canadian players, and then Mexico is technically North America, Mexico, and like
they have Luminosity, who's a Canadian org, and others, but
because Mexico counts as import players, right? Yeah, because Jose Diodo.
Yeah, but you see, that's what they should do because EU just did that with Russia, Turkey.
Was this a video you wanted to share?
What they
All right, what did this guy say? This. Oh, I love me some LS.
I on Reddit wrote that he's getting minimum on the EG, so I believe him.
Well, JoJo was minimum when he went up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Inspired Vulcan someday in FBI will not continue in the main roster of Evil Geniuses. Inspired is already exploring options in LEC and LCS. Okay, so I think this level of implosion is very bizarre, but I don't think it's unheard of because their build around 2021 into 2022 was only about Danny and JoJo. And if some of the other players had it their way, I've already talked about this before, Danny wouldn't have actually been on the team. EG is really, they really care about the age of like the players and the longevity. I think, unless something's changed. Now,
like
the other thing I'll say about the EG roster implosion thing is, so something no one's talking about. There's no news articles or reports or anything from journalists about this.
I mean, Travis counts as one, right?
LCS teams have already begun contacting LCK teams in order to acquire a third import player without the intention of fielding them in summer for LCS or NA Academy. And the intention is to get either the already LCK player into a agreement that they will enter into contract with the LCS team following next year, or they've already approached LCK teams for their academy or challenger players to sign them for 2024. And literally just have them on contract and payroll. They won't do anything, and then they'll join the roster in 2024.
This is why LCS org owners suck. If someone did, oh my god, I hope this is not true. These orgs are already hurting for money, and they're gonna try and buy another player, put him on payroll, not pay him. Oh, sorry, get a player, pay him who's not doing anything, and then say they have no money. Please, this can't be true. No way this is true. Please let it not be true. These orgs are stupid if this is true. Holy crap. Look, you can't make this shit up. They're hurting for money. They're going to go and get a player, pay him while he's not playing, just to have him playing the next year, while also paying him. Huh?
Or when the 3 imports per team is allowed. And
wait, they're making 3 imports?
They're making 3 imports.
I don't mind 3 imports. I'm gonna be honest with people. Nobody cares about the NA talent scene. People don't watch academy games anyway. People be faking that.
To me, as long as there's at least 2 regional players, I don't care as much. But when you make your entire thing, then that's a little sad. But at the end of the day, though,
fans are fake when it comes to that. Fans are like, but I like if my org has all NA players. Do you watch academy? No. Okay. You don't care about NA talent.
I'm one of the rare ones that do, but.
Me and Sean watch Academy.
Let's be honest here. The teams that everyone likes don't even have NA players really on it. Cloud9 has 1 NA player on it. That's Blabber.
Yeah, well, again, Oceanic really should be a part of NA by now, and they were supposed to be when Fudge came
they are.
In, and
They count as NA players, but people talking about like NA born talent. Like the teams and orgs that people like don't even really have NA players on them. People just say that.
That's the thing that they might do with CB lull. If they don't absorb the team, they might make it that CB lull is.
Well, that's the thing, though. When it comes to leagues, I mean, like people are like, this guy isn't NA, but it's like if you look at EU, it's like there's many different countries now, like Russia,
Swedish,
and Turkey,
Croatia.
Yeah, so
Danish.
It's like don't think of it as just one country. Think of it as just LCS residents. All right, Oceanic really should count as that, but at the very least, just for this mindset, we'll say the Oceanic players who came in like 2020 and such or before. All right, that and then Canada and then US and such. All right, and then so as long as they have at least 2, then I don't really care. I mean, it's when there's like 5.
Dude, I'm being honest
together.
here, I've never cared about a player's ethnicity, but where he played from. As long as he played good League of Legends, I just didn't care.
Yeah, I'm just saying when it's the old 5 though, then it does get a little sad. That's when I start saying that. But even then, I don't care as much because everybody comes from all sorts of countries. It's like Caps is part Turkish or something, isn't he? It's like, who cares? Who cares, really?
So a lot of LCS teams have already begun doing that. What this means is that NA residents, like actual American players or, Canadians, whatever, OC players that declared NA residency, it's going to be so much harder now to get slots in LCS.
It was already hard before. I mean, that ship has been sailed. Don't got to worry about that.
It's going to be much worse because what they're going to do is they're going to take, like, say you're like a top 5 player in your, like, role in America or, Canada, whatever, or Oceania.
Right.
They're going to look at the Korean player that's like 3 levels lower than you because it might be on an even playing field because all they know is League. And all they want to do is play League. While you might be, I'll play League today. I'll work out tomorrow. I'll go out with my girlfriend today. I'll do my, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole shit with Tenacity is like, some they worked harder at League than Tenacity did. It was like, and that's the thing too, because some day would work 5 out of 7 days doing League. Tenacity was work 3 out of 7 days. You might work an hour or 2 longer, but it's like, would you rather have 5 days, 8 hours each, or 12 hours, 3 days a week? It's like, it's that shit. And they're looking, because I think this video was saying also about how Americans are, but yeah.
Because what I imagine is that LC, or like, I think it's really pushing closer and closer to 3 Koreans or 3 Chinese per team. And I think that's just the direction that teams are going to go. And I imagine that this upcoming season, we'll start hearing like reports of the LCS teams that have already begun doing this.
Do you think that's bad?
No, I don't think it's necessarily bad. Some players don't already know that certain LCS orgs have already made attempts to sign Korean players that will replace their current starter for next year.
Oof. Oh, they're already basically saying, "Hey man, yeah, dude, you're our starter. We're fully invested into you." behind his back. We got this Wongdong Mihongyong coming next year. You're about to get fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not even joking. That's how some people think. Let's be honest here, guys.
That's how they're going to be too. They're going to find Koreans that are already here playing. They're going to sign them, and then they're going to get 3 imports. It's going to be 5 Korean players, but it's going to be 2 of them were born here. Like one of the seeds. Double of his, he's Asian. Even though he probably don't speak that well Korean or Chinese or
right. Because my thing here is these, because people are gonna be like, well, this org is so invested into this player and he loves this player. Guys, these orgs will do whatever it takes to win. Don't buy that PR bullshit. I can't believe people still do that.
Me, MSK, and Cole are all on a team, and MSK's contract is $300,000. Mine is 110, and Cole's
yours is worth $5,000.
Hey, wait, 110, 5,000, 5,000. Hey, my contract would be worth 80,000. I take that.
Sean's contract is worth $1,000 and Canadian bucks, and I ain't worth shit.
Canadian dollars is crazy. No, but he's
basically making like $500 anyway.
But think about this. If they could get a player cheaper, even if let's get this Korean player and pay him 80,000 American dollars.
And you're worth. Revenge is gonna get replaced. Revenge got.
Revenge. No, IMT's the whole team can't replace.
No. Revenge is already out. They already announced he's done.
Yeah, that's who someday should go to. I mean,
he
all right. Okay, Sean. All right, I'll just. Okay.
You've been seeing this shit.
Why you get to play with Kenvi and Balulu?
That's why Brett Favre literally
disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200. Give me $200.
He gets to play with Kenvi and Balulu and Tactical, the greatest ADC in NA history. And
someday going to IMT, it's like when Brett Favre left the Packers after taking them to the NFC Championship to go to the Jets and do nothing. I'd rather just at that point. I'd rather just retire. Just fuck you, pay me. I'm out of here. I'm not. You want me to go to who? IMT. All they do is run it down.
Tell Someday, hey, the only team as you're a Someday agent, Someday, we have only one team for you left. Which one? I'll do a hungy like don't spit that guy. Tactical. Fuck you, bitch. Suck my dick. Hey, imagine being offered to play with Tactical in 2023. Please, for the love of God, no.
Play with IMT, who easily could have went 2-16 because Dig was trash, and they was. IMT gave 4 wins. Was it 4 wins or 3 wins? 4 wins. IMT got 4 wins, right? Either way, the amount of wins they got was criminal. They shouldn't have got that many wins.
They should have gotten 0. If I'm being honest here,
they should have because Dig at times looked better.
Why is it bad?
I feel like I like seeing Americans on American teams.
Motherfuckers is capping out their ass.
I'm not gonna say I like to see American, but it was me.
Aren't American players usually the weakest links in those teams? I've always kind of felt like the American players are the weakest links on these teams. If you go through like LCS history, it's usually the American players are usually like the worst ones. There's been exceptions, obviously, but
American born or American raised?
American born and raised that play LCS.
Because Double F is American born.
Yeah, there's been Double F, Sneaky, Xmithy, Medios. You have Blabber, obviously. Aframu, yeah.
I mean, it's good.
That's not like 8 players. That's like 8 people, though.
I don't mind having American players.
I guess.
I would prefer it, but my thing is don't actually make it you want to go out and get a Korean player. If he's the best player you got, if he's better than American, take the best player. That's my main thing. Take the best player. But if the best player is an American player, go with him. That's just my thing. Because I've seen times where they go with someone who's cheaper. A lot of times, some of these teams, if that player is not much worse than the American, because American players are going to want more too. These players are going to want more money. Like, you could give a Korean player $70,000 and a big booty woman, and they're taking that easily.
Can I have that?
Shit, man. I'm saying right now, you can pay me $60,000 in London, and I'll take that.
I might as well. Like, why would I watch NALCS? I can just watch LCK at that point. Like,
people still watch LCS right now. All of that stuff is just conjecture. People have been saying, why would I watch LCF if it just has Koreans? People are, despite low viewership, people are still watching despite people knowing very clearly there's not that many NA players on LCS teams. That hasn't been a detriment to viewership. LCS's viewership getting lower is not because there's not Americans. That's not even... These people are retarded. Who the fuck's he talking to?
Honestly.
I forgot who was out there.
Motherfuckers capping out their ass.
Only one thinking that.
Because
I
I
mean,
think
there's not
LCS
enough
is kind
players.
of...
Cloud9 is the most popular org, and that org literally has technically one NA dude. Man, the man shit's got a European, an Aussie, and 2 Koreans.
Presidents, basically, and then.
Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I meant their actual their actual.
I know. I'm just saying 2 residents, natural residents,
Even,
technically, and then
100 Thieves had what? 2 Americans, 3 Americans, a Europe, and two Euro people, right? Yeah, they had 2 Euro people. Yeah.
Oh, his last name really is Black. Yeah, ain't that's a.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, it's the Curry Black. I was like, what?
Oh shit!
A mixture of like...
I thought it was Puerto Rican this whole time. Shit.
I think NA's last worry is people are watching for NA players. That's the last reason why NA should be worried about viewership.
They just want their team to do good. They don't give a fuck who's, as long as the player is likable. You gotta realize American fans, like, and with the whole thing real quick with Shohei Ohtani on the Stephen A. Smith, that's real stupid. Most kids who watch baseball don't care that Shohei Ohtani's Japanese. They care that this motherfucker could strike you out in the inning and then hit a home run against you at the bottom of the inning. They don't care what ethnicity they are. I'll say, oh, are you a good player? Cool.
Yeah, it's like maybe in the past, but like for the last 20 years, America has shifted away from that.
You gotta get, isn't that technically racist of some people? Like, oh, I can't watch this guy because it's certain. No, people don't really kind of think like that.
Yeah.
I mean, people do. I was saying everyone thinks like that, but like there is that little barrier of like, can I really? Because this is not a history lesson, but America, is kind of founded upon you can be from wherever, come over, you can be American with me. That's kind of like what the country is, you know.
Well, that was also
you're an American
to a certain degree, but when too many come over, now you start saying,
"Oh God, fuck, holy shit, too many of them."
No, that's actually what they're bitching about. It's like, oh,
no, that was the same thing.
Too many of the Koreans coming over.
No,
right?
Think about baseball. Baseball. It started with black people, but then they run.
Oh hell!
No,
too many blacks in the sport.
No, MSK, shut the fuck up. Let me talk. Think about it. The Negro League, once they integrated, that was the end of the Negro League. But now all these black players were better than some of these white players that are cool. Then it was the Hispanics that came over. Oh shit, I bet one guy said, man, this one dude, he's kind of like you, but he does it with sports. Man, these gualas are good. I was like, Jesus Christ, you can't call them gualas.
I'm saying it's like I'm not saying it's racist per se, but it's kind of like it's not the American issue that's there. It's your ethnicity that you have the problem with. I can't attach myself to this guy.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like me. I can't. It's the whole dumb shit.
Yeah,
it's that dumb shit. Yeah. That's why.
Like in this video, it's not the American part. That's the least.
It didn't take Jack Robinson ended the game, but people that attach themselves to to hate Garrett Willie Mays, and then when it came to Hispanic players, those Roberto Clemente, once he passed, or right before he passed, people started liking him because he won the. I think he won the World Series.
Can I attach myself to Sean because he said he was black from the waist down?
Sean's more black than you.
Wait, what? I forgot. He said he. Oh, okay. Oh, where?
Sean already dated more black women than you, and he only dated one.
That's not the flex you think it is.
Yeah,
nigga, you ain't never gonna date a black woman.
What I will say is that last year
you felt like a black lesbian.
Import rule lift, in which case we would have seen VCS flood LCS, but it didn't happen. The import rule lift that was supposed to happen last year was that all non-major regions would no longer count as an import for North America. And if that would have happened, VCS probably would have just flooded NA. Like VCS players like Levi, Doggo.
Levi and Doggo are actually pretty good. That would have been good for the scene, actually. But Levi was here on 100 Thieves. They fucked him over pretty bad.
Yeah, basically. And why did Kaiwing never get a chance in LPL?
I don't know, man. He's actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Also, I'll just say quickly as well, just to bring up again that Ohtani situation. I understood what Stephen A. Smith meant there, but the problem is this old man is thinking more of his time, like 70s, when people had that backlash over that shit. Like these days and for the last 20 years, not only do they not give a fuck, No, it's more of a positive because they're like, holy shit, there's this just a Korean guy from another country I've never heard of dominating out of nowhere. Like, that's interesting. That's
all right. We're gonna wrap this up. Let's finish the video and we'll talk for like 2 seconds. I gotta head out of here just in a little bit.
Who are other ones? Fofo, right? Is VCA is not major region player. There's so many players that would have probably just flooded an A because they would have been residents.
In my opinion, they should just merge the Americas like they do with Valorant, and that would be really big because there's some decent talent in Brazil too, and they have a shitload of viewers, and it's
they
like
have a shitload of viewers.
The same.
Yes, I think the theory is that they want to do that, but the problem is that CBLOL might push back on it.
Why? I mean, I don't know I don't know as deep as that, but I think they should merge.
Yeah, I think they should merge
That'd be
too.
hype.
Yeah. Yep. The issue, so the thing about this though is that California is a actually really bad place to have the LCS. Not only
we've had this discussion too, guys. It's too expensive, and it'll amount to the same shit if you move it. I promise you, because there's two reasons if you move it. Okay, if you move it to a place where there's less people to watch, that's just convince the owners of that. That won't happen. If you put it in a city that no one can get to, then you're not going to have any people watching. And if you put it into a bigger city like Chicago or wherever you want to move it to a big city at, it's going to cost you the same building the building, labor cost, all that shit that goes into running a studio. It's kind of stuck here.
You can just rent one out. Like a building, you go.
You know Riot's going to build a building though. Let's be honest. They're going to want.
I know. And guess what? Riot gonna be stupid to go broke. Fuck around, you gonna friend out.
Like California state income tax, right? But there's so many other problems with like certain.
Riot makes literally billions of dollars. They can handle that income tax shit with ease. Honestly,
teams, not all teams have living covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So taxes, California state taxes, everything. I feel like if they merge CBLOL, they should move LCS to like New York.
That ain't gonna happen, but.
Why not?
That's worse.
Insanely expensive.
That's worse.
Might as well just be the same shit. That's literally the same shit. Crime, high taxes.
It's worse. It's worse for the living expense because
it's also worse on crime on a lot of different places.
No, okay, crime in where they would have that would be low. Like they said, Manhattan.
The most expensive city in the world to live in.
If it's above 116th Street where Columbia's at, nah, I would not put them there. And that's the same too.
Dude, Berserker's gonna walk outside. Yo, what's up? Be talking to a smooth Asian honey. Yo, what's up, girl? I'm trying to taste.
I'm gonna tell you why I would bring it out because you got Chinatown, I got the Triad, you got the Korean town, and that's never mind. Harlem, nope. Don't go to Brooklyn. You're gonna definitely get robbed. And New York's not bad too, but the issue is to get an apartment for 5 guys, just 5 guys. That's just gonna cost you about $1 million. Like,
just be honest, like they're getting screwed with it being here. I get it, but moving it is also going to be the same.
It's better in California than New York. New York, because you're not getting a house unless you want a house in Westchester.
Yeah,
or you want it in Long Island, and both of them are about an hour and a half away from where you might want to have the studio at.
No,
it doesn't even. I don't think it even has to do about the teams. I think it has to do with
Riot
has HQ and their.
But Riot has several bases. They have Seattle. They have Seattle. They have Berlin.
Seattle's one of the few places I could see it working with it being in.
No, it should be Seattle.
Yeah,
like if you want to do Vegas, Vegas isn't the worst place.
No. Vegas. No.
Vegas has a lot of people, right? I'm not sure about Vegas is crime.
No, Vegas crime is disgusting. But my thing is too. Imagine Bo over there, and he bet on Vitality games.
Also saying I don't trust these LCS owners in in Vegas gambling at casinos.
Oh yeah, Reginald would gamble away his org.
To be fair, he already did that with the FTX deal. He gave him all his money.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I literally called that fucking a year prior because MSK didn't believe that I knew some people out there.
You said you were dating that FTX fucking girlfriend.
I'm not gonna lie. That was
What are
probably
you talking about?
You said you were getting sucked up by that BuckTube
Yeah,
beaver
no.
bitch.
Basically, MSK didn't believe that I knew somebody who worked at TSN, so I said
tell you-
years
You still
prior
don't. You
on a
said you
tell you
know
right now.
a pack of ketchup that works at TSN.
I'm gonna tell you right
Like,
now.
Yes.
A blind
So I
man
said
could've-
that they were doing illegal shit FTX and
I'm
TSM with their FTX
I'm
money. And then a year
I'm-
later,
I'm surprised TSM didn't see that one coming. I'm like, really? Oh my god!
they didn't even put it. He didn't even put his money in a crypto that people get behind, like Coinbase or something like that. He put it in a random motherfucker.
He put
A
it
random.
into a new one that popped up like literally weeks prior. It's like,
Because
oh,
remember why? Because remember why? The guy claimed he was a TSM fan. That's all it was.
Really?
He was a lifelong TSM fan, and he wanted Rizzo to invest.
That's when he invested.
the fact that you're a TSM fan lifelong is a
he invested into a Ponzi scheme because the guy was a fan.
Yeah, you know,
And
that's the first bad sign. If you're a
Reginald's the
TSM
one-
lifelong fan, then you know you're scamming.
Reginald didn't invest his money
Is
into a
Reginald
crypto
the
that was
owner
actually
or
like
the general
legitimate.
manager?
Like there's one out there that Steve uses his Coinbase. If you check it around, that one's pretty good for the most part. He invested into one that was like legitimate. It was just a random fucker. Gee, I wonder what could happen.
Is Reginald the GM or the owner?
Reginald's the owner. He was the one who founded the company. He's the CEO.
Oh, shit. Okay, that's me.
I mean, he's real retarded.
The worst thing is
Singapore, which is
Singapore. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Moving to become Riot HQ. Although I don't know if the Singapore thing is like known yet.
Why would the LCS be in Singapore? That wouldn't even make sense. I mean, they might have more people watching the games in the studio.
China series, get it?
Yeah, they already have the LPL. I mean,
We're trying to make Singapore like the mega
it's
hub.
strategic, actually. Pause the video.
I mean, China owns.
Yeah, I'll tell you
America
why they're
anyway.
moving it to Singapore, all right? Because they know that, you know, China's going to try to take over the world, all right? But they know instead of moving it to China, though, they can move to Singapore because that'll be cheaper. And then when China takes over, then they can just flip it to that. So they're saving themselves money. They're thinking in advance when China takes over, you know?
this is Riot Games, the same company who said they were all in on traditional sports, and then they, in their newest article, said we should not have had our esport reflect football.
Or
Well, that was
Riot
stupid
Games
to
that
begin
invested into a Ponzi scheme after.
Remember, the LCS also invested into those Ponzi schemes too because they didn't want to have an org in their league have a bigger sponsorship deal than them. Corporations at its finest, people.
Greed. Greed will kill.
Lucio, you're safe, man. Your support.
Thank you.
You're safe, man.
I was worried.
No,
Yeah,
Bush is a mid laner in my heart. Still.
Aww.
Another
go.
good man gone.
Lucio's safe, dude. Top laners, mid laners, junglers, 80 carries, you're all fucked.
Facts.
And if what Travis Gafford reported is accurate too, that LCS orgs voted to abolish Academy, I think NA players in general are actually genuinely fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
part I
that's
think is
sad.
pretty alarming.
No, Europe did that. Europe has did that for a year, I think. That's about 2 years. European
Yeah,
owner.
they don't know the full info with abolish, and that could just mean into something else. Like, stop listening to Travis
Okay,
Gafford.
so people think that so people want these orgs to make money, but they're wasting money on a Challenger Academy team. It's like, bro, you can't be having your kicking eating it too right now when the orgs are trying to bounce back. And a lot of these, no one watches these Academy games. Why do people care if it's not there? No one watched this shit. There's, I would say this. Okay, let's take 100 people. 100, the percent's 100, right? How many percentage of that do you think really watches Academy games and or no storylines going on there? It's like, I'm gonna say like
I would say about
20%.
14%.
Yeah, that's what I said. To less than 20%, right? I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about that shit. NA hasn't really cared about the Academy scene. Let that be its own grassroots thing. And if there's a really hyped up player that these orgs scout out and they put on their main team, go ahead and do that. You don't need to really have an Academy team. You don't really need to have an Academy team for that. Your main orgs and you don't have one. Outside of like Fnatic and a few others, actually. I don't see why NA needs Academy teams. They don't play these players anyway.
Huh?
I mean, some do.
Yeah, but it's only really when shit's on fire.
It's crazy. It's crazy because this year C9 is the only, I think, one of the few teams whose Academy team and their regular team won.
First time since 100 Thieves did it back in 2021.
And the fucked up thing about it, Dig's Academy team, they said it's screwed with time beat their regular team. Just imagine that. The Academy team would beat the regular team in scrims. And you wonder why Justin's hair was falling out. Imagine you playing on a regular team and your academy team is beating you in
Remember,
scrims.
this is off the back end of Dignitas actually spending money for once in their org's history ever to get these kind of like bigger name players with history, but then they kind of fuck it up getting Armud. I'm like, you're buying Jensen and Santorin and Ignar, but you're gonna fuck them over with Armud.
And then your academy team does better than you.
That's just
and then they beat you in scrims. Apparently in scrims, I think out of like the 20 scrims they will play against, I think the academy team went like 14-6.
Yeah.
And Jensen is the only reason why the regular team was even in it. I'm like, if I'm Jensen, I'm trying to get to 100 Cs tomorrow. I'm trying to get the fuck out of Dig. This is bullshit. Like, your academy team waxing your ass. You got
Jensen could get onto 100 Thieves now.
Yeah.
Either him or Diplex or Jojo Pion. Those are the three options they have.
He needs to get the fuck out of Dig. He needs to dig himself.
That's a hellhole.
Dig's
gonna want to shed these contracts too. Let's be honest, Dig aren't trying to pay all these people all that money.
That's the first one on. Like Jensen and Santorin. Santorin is getting
Santorin played really bad, so I wouldn't doubt if he was gone anyway.
Yeah, they already got rid of our move. That was a smart move. That's one of the smart moves they did so far. They even wait a week. They was like, "Yep, our move, you're gone." Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you for your NARS.
Thank you for your 2 good games he had. The man had 2 good games he played. 2 good games. 2.
And again,
out of 18. He had 2 good games. One
again, this is honestly
and the one on like Jace.
Yeah, it wasn't even on NAR. Hey, that's progress.
Oh no, his NAR games were some trash. It'd be NAR and then it'd be Fudge with Cassandre. And Fudge got his foot in his ass just like working him. I'm like,
yeah, basically. Now again, this is sort of like what Ellis sort of brought up, but again, and what Chaz did. But again, they should just do this. Share screen. But again, I just typed this up quickly. This is even before they did this in Valorant. This is what I've been telling them to do for like 2 years. They should just do this if they don't want minor regions and if it's failing and if they want to grow in NA.
I think you're saying merge the minor regions all into LCS as one. Have everything not count as imports, right?
Yeah.
That's me?
Yes, but
okay.
Yeah, have just that's LCS and then the 5th major region, PCS,
have PCS
like that,
count for the Asian countries that can't be counted for the LPL and LCK, right? Okay.
Yes, and then make regional leagues for players from each country.
They did it with Europe. I mean, you're halfway there. They did it with Europe this year.
Do the same thing, and then the top 4 teams from each of those, minor ones that they are being that like giant tournament. They're already doing amateurs as their version of EU Masters, and then just have that as their whole developmental system with just other orgs that are not, like CLG challengers and stuff, just like other smaller orgs, and college teams. Like they can even have, like it doesn't even have to be countries. It can be like college teams as one, or like official LCS challenger teams as one, like they do in EU. Just have a whole thing like that, and then they can have like Brazil leagues like CBLOL and LOA as that, but in that way with their own championships and prize money still, but just as a smaller regional development league. And then there's their version of EU Masters with the big tournament afterwards with like the top 4 from each team. And then they get good coaching, and then those players from each region would then get onto the main leagues teams, which would be better than just having those minor region teams, because you would have players from Brazil and stuff on actual LCS teams making worlds and stuff, having a chance, which would be better than that. And it would, again, fix the NA viewership. The only viewership in League of Legends that's dying is NA. All the other ones are good and strong. It's just NA, so that will fix it because of their fan bases. And then expand the leagues, and not just NA, all the leagues besides LPL to at least like 16 teams, with teams like Loud and Rainbow 7 with big orgs, big fan bases.
Diodo and that one guy they had on Golden Guardians for a bit, the Spanish viewers did watch. It did increase the viewership a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about that one.
But I want to show you guys this last thing before we head out. Okay. If you see this guy, never take his opinion seriously. Labrov is the best support in our league, and it's not close. This man is hyper smurfing this game. Hyper smurfing L's.
What is that guy?
Mickey X
Is that a real tweet?
He's got porn on his bios.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. There were actually like 90% of EU fans unironically think that. I'm like, are you guys watching the games?
This guy said Lebrov, Mickey X, and Hillsing are top 3. Yeah, these two are top 3. Lebrov is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, so what you're thinking of...
If you said Lebrov was a top 3 support, you need to go to hell. You need to go to hell. Just go to hell. You do not. You ain't watching League of Legends because he did that. That was actually pretty impressive. I'll give him that. I mean, what was it saying? A broken clock is right once.
Twice a day.
Yeah. He's gonna get lucky at some point. At one point, you will get lucky.
That's Promise Q had good moments like that.
Yeah, Promise Q was great support too. No, he was not that. He didn't dodge those reactions when he was playing Thresh. He was playing Thresh and just getting hit by everything. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. We will see you on Wednesday, 3 p.m. PST, to talk about the more esports scene as a whole. Sean came back just like my dad, obviously, right?
I've been waiting for you to invite me to league streams. I'm saying, hey, I can do the league streams again.
I don't
and
like
it's like,
you.
You
You're
have
white.
dementia, I think.
And black.
Yeah, that's the main thing, black. Okay. Just remember, a black person is now your ambassador to League of Legends and Riot Games.
All right. I was hitting on Nicole for Travis because he can't hit it right.
Jesus fuck. Yeah, that when that shit first came out with the Danny stuff. God, did you see that? That was just so embarrassing. It's like
He said the reason why he couldn't address it is because he had a huge conflict of interest because he dated her. That's understandable to a certain extent, but that means he knew shit about it and then he didn't tell anybody. Why not just tell people? Why not just tell like a journalist or something like that?
It's just so no. It's like when they shit first broke. Did you see that official EG video they made on?
Remember that leftist loser Arsh Goyle basically literally name dropped people. I was like, you can't do that. You can't be like, I have sources and name drop people. What?
Yeah.
My sources names are, this is how you know a motherfucker doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about if they're talking about journalism. If someone says reveal your sources, that person's opinion is literally irrelevant. You do not reveal your sources, otherwise you are a fraud.
It's almost like that's why I didn't say who my friend is at TSM, man.
Oh, you need to say it because I asked. Come on. So my sources trust me, bro.
Why, so you want an interview with him?
Yeah. Is she hot?
What the fuck are you talking?
Also, dude. Oh no, I need hot ladies to interview.
Well, what did? I'm not saying whether it is or not. I'm just saying what the fuck make you assume it's a girl automatically?
Is it a girl? He? She? All right, guys. So I guess.
All right. Thank you for watching the show. Have a great.